Welcome back to Reeled In. I'm Alex.
I'm Sam.
I'm a swan.
I'm Avery.
Why are you so sad about it?
I'm a swan.
You're sad to be
I'm a swan.
You're a swan.
What sound does
It
a
is
swan
true.
make?
That's it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Because I just realized I don't know what swans sound like.
Neither do I. Aren't they like?
Probably.
Something like that, yeah.
I know what geese sound like.
Can you give your best
And
swan?
you want me? Sorry. It's the band geese.
Love
Sorry.
geese.
In case this is staying in and no one knows what we're talking about, listen to this podcast on Spotify and turn the automatic transcript on and see how it butchers his name every time.
Every time.
And also, it calls the podcast like Real End.
Real Den.
Yeah,
something
Real
like that.
Den.
Real
something.
dead.
Yeah. I love the AI takeover. This is so cool.
This is so amazing.
Avery's also called just like Every sometimes.
Sometimes,
Cool.
yeah.
Sam,
Okay,
this is
Alex, you're doing the intro.
Oh yeah. Okay. This is a podcast about three film buffs trying to reel their friend into their world of cinema, and she in turn tries to do the same with her world of cinema in quotation
Slop.
marks
Okay.
and slop. But thankfully this week we're actually talking about a real movie.
Because she
from
didn't
you.
make the decision this
It was kind of her. It was a group decision.
Yeah,
but
this
also,
is,
you
the
know.
next few episodes is a special.
Well, yeah, so this marks the start of a
festival.
very special month for Reeled In. We're doing the Godfather / Toy Story month. So we're going to take on the three Godfather movies and the only existing three Toy Story movies.
Right.
And-
I can't believe they only made 3 of them.
Yeah,
It's such a
that's-
popular franchise.
That's something you can
Yeah.
easily milk for like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could make one about like iPads and stuff. But...
Yeah.
I'm so rusty, guys. We haven't done this
No,
in so
this
long.
This is true. This is the first
Natural.
podcast recording in like a month.
Guys,
Yeah.
we haven't done shit, and we blew through our entire backlog.
We can't tell them that. No, guys, we record these live and
Yeah.
they come out the next day.
Yeah, they come out-
Exactly.
Alex
It's a
just-
timely podcast. Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, no, it's a very,
Okay,
very
let's-
special month.
Yeah, it's a special month. Let's try to be civil about this. So
Be civil about what? Like when you...
let's be organized about this. I
Okay.
mean. So we're gonna talk about
This is
The
for
God-
this month. We are talking about the Godfather series and the Toy Story series, but only
Yes.
1, 2, and 3 because we neglect the 4th and the 5th one.
well
coming
because
out
they don't
next year.
exist.
They
so,
don't
yeah,
exist.
yeah.
Right, they didn't make
Um,
them.
So
No.
every week we will talk about the first of each movie, then the second, then the third, because that's how it goes.
Yep.
That's how
so
numbers work.
That's
yeah.
So that's what
So-
we're doing
so-
for the month of November.
So this
Yeah.
episode, we're talking about The Godfather, released in 1970.
1976.
No,
No?
no, it's like 72.
Is it 72?
It's definitely not
Get your
76.
fucking
I think it's
facts
72.
right.
God. Yeah, it is 72. My bad.
God.
Okay,
I'm
how
stupid.
dare you
I'm
question
sorry.
me?
I'm so
It's 1972.
Alex is the Godfather.
I am. And Toy Story 1, the first one, released in 1995.
Don't
Which is
you
insane.
question me, bitch.
Don't you question
Which is insane.
Yeah.
It is insane.
That is
yeah.
insane.
So we'll start with the movie we recommended, which is The Godfather, and then
Yep.
Avery recommended Toy Story, even though we've all
It was a
seen
group. Yeah.
But I haven't
It was
seen
a
it
group.
in like a long
decision.
time.
I hadn't
Yeah.
either. I've seen this one recently. The second one, I have no recollection of. I know
Really?
Jesse and Bullseye show up, but
Do
we're
you-
not talking about that.
Okay,
this
we'll
episode.
talk about
Leave
that when we
that
get
for
there.
next
week,
yeah.
Okay, so for The Godfather, I guess Sam, Alex, and I have, we've seen the movie before. This was like our second or maybe, whatever time watching it. But Avery, you've never seen the movie.
No.
So what did you know about The Godfather?
Here's
Surely
what
you
I
know
knew.
something about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything like plot wise. I knew this is what I have written. I knew it as a quote unquote film bro movie, even before knowing anyone here. I
Okay.
heard the movie.
Yeah,
The
it is kind of
Godfather.
like the film bro movie.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah. So because of that, I was expecting it to be like a drama or a coming of age movie that's like this universal movie that has a deep message.
It is kind of
That's
a
what
coming
I
of age
wrote.
movie. Like it is, it has
A
elements.
little bit.
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah.
knew about the movie, if I'm being honest with you.
Okay.
I just like I'd heard of the movie before. I didn't know anything
Be
about.
honest,
Right.
did you think you'd like it?
I go in with an open mind.
Okay. You're smiling.
I went in with
It's one
I
of like
did,
the classic like movies, like American movies. It's
It-
always seen as like one of
yeah.
the best American movies of
Yeah.
all time.
It sits alongside like 12
God.
Angry Men, for instance, or
Right. If you look
I
at
like
like the
that one.
IMDb top 250 or Letterboxd top 250, any of these like best movies of all time lists, like Godfather 1 and 2 are up there, like 12 Angry Men, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. It's one of those just ubiquitous classic movies that
Citizen
everyone should
Kane.
see. Citizen
Yeah.
Kane.
Yeah.
Do you think it lived up to the hype?
Well,
We'll get into that.
Let's
I
not
think-
spoil it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Avery, summarize the plot of the film
Okay.
best you can.
Okay. So it starts off. I don't know any of their names except for Michael. We love Michael, but we hate Michael.
Mikhail.
Hey,
What?
I like Michael.
I liked Michael. Then I didn't like Michael.
That's good. That's
Okay.
Michael, okay, so so there's basically the Godfather. He's like this guy, and he's very powerful, and he knows people everywhere. He knows powerful people everywhere, and he can control the people.
right.
So it starts with like this guy shows up, and he's like, "Hey man, I want to be in a movie. Can you make that happen?" So he's like, "Oh, I got you." So they go to the director's house. He had a
Okay,
horse.
so we've skipped at least an hour of the
You skipped all the best stuff in the movie.
okay.
She just wants to talk about the horse
You know
scene.
what?
That's the only thing she cares about.
The horse scene. It is an iconic scene.
We'll talk about the horse. We'll get there. Don't worry.
Okay.
Let's talk about the
Anyways.
opening of the movie.
Yeah.
There's
so
a
much
marriage.
to say.
There's a wedding. There's
Okay,
a wedding.
you know what?
Okay,
Let's-
even okay.
Let's stop you. Okay.
No, there's more before that. We can talk about the
God.
first 2 minutes of this movie for an hour.
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
There's so much to talk
It's.
about.
What the fuck?
Okay. Avery,
Yeah.
if you can recall, what is the opening line of this movie? Do you remember? It is
No!
it is one of the greatest opening
Oh my
lines
God.
in cinema
It's
history.
so good.
It's the immigrant man. We open on a close-up of him,
Yep.
and we slowly kind of pull out to reveal the Godfather sitting at the desk opposite him.
Hey
And he's
man.
giving this impassioned speech to him. And what do we open
He
with?
says something
I'm not-
about America. Do you remember that speech?
No, like maybe.
Do you
Like I
remember
don't
him
know.
talking about like his daughter and like what happened to her and stuff?
She gets married. The daughter gets
No,
married.
no. This is the immigrant guy. Like
Yeah.
Then no, I don't remember.
Okay, the movie opens with him saying, I believe in America.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And he's giving this whole kind of plea to him, saying his daughter was attacked. She was raped, I think, and
assaulted.
Right,
Like
assaulted,
something
yeah.
happened. Yeah.
and the guys who did it, they basically like got set free. Like the
Yeah.
courts did nothing.
Yeah.
And so he's coming to the Godfather and saying, the justice system failed my daughter. Can you kill the guys who did this? What are your thoughts on this scene? Because this scene is kind of, in a way, the thesis statement of the entire movie.
It's the entire. Oh my god! Look, I remembered this scene from my first watch, but rewatching it, I was watching this with Sam, and I told her that was a perfect opening scene.
Yeah.
Like that's
It really
just
is.
perfect dialogue, perfect. Like, oh my god, we can talk about like the technical aspects of it, like the way it's shot, the way the camera moves and stuff.
Yeah.
But just the writing, the first line, "I believe in America," and then how the film continues from that point on, it's perfect. Like
It does so much. Like, first of all, before you even get into like the themes of the movie, it just establishes the kind of relationship and the world that these guys exist in,
Yeah.
where it's not a transactional relationship. Like Vito, especially compared to Michael, which we'll talk about, but Vito really cares about like not just family, but like an actual like relationship, right? That's how he kind of
Yeah.
runs things. It's not like I'm the boss and everyone sucks up to
exactly.
me. It's-
And when
this is a relationship.
Yeah, when the guy
Yeah.
comes to him for like help, he's like, "Oh, you never invited me to your house. You never like called me for dinner or
Right.
anything. Like we're not even
Yeah.
friends. You just come to me when you want help."
Mhm.
You know? And when he offers him money, he's like, "How much do you want me to pay you?" He's like, "Why would you disrespect me like this?"
Right, he's offended by
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. because he's not in the business of just killing people for money.
Yeah.
You know, it's more complicated than
Yeah.
that to him. And that is all expressed in this one small sequence with this random guy
Yeah.
who only shows up for like one more scene later
Yeah.
on. It's such a small character,
He's
but it
such an
explains everything.
insignificant character, but it opens on him.
Yeah.
The opening frame of the movie is just his face.
And it's his opening line. It's, I
Yeah.
believe in America.
But and like, you know, getting into the themes of the scene and what like what it all might actually mean, like this immigrant guy, very insignificant character in, you know, the bigger picture of the film. This immigrant guy saying, I believe in America, and then talking about how the justice system failed him, and it failed him so bad that he has to come to like this, you know, mafia like kingpin guy and be like, please, you know, you need to kill these people for me. Like the desperation and just like, I love movies that tackle like, you know, the state of America in this way. It's so just like unfiltered and so raw, and it's just so well done. It's so complex. It's just
It's so interesting that, like, when he's saying "I believe in America," he believes in the concept of like
Exactly.
justice, right?
Yeah.
And that's what failed him. And he's wanting Vito to provide that justice. He wants Vito to be America,
Yeah.
to be that representation of like, this is what America should be. It should be justice.
It's so interesting because so many films deal with this idea. And it's so funny how like films spend like 2-3 hours talking about this, and this film does it in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And it does it so well. And just this idea of like, you know, the American dream is a thing, like, you know, you have a house, you have like the picket fences, you have a nice family, you have a garden, a backyard, all of that. That's the American dream, right? But constantly for years and decades, the American dream fails people. It's been failing people, and it continues to fail people, and it will keep failing people. And it's just so like...
Yeah, and this violence is at the center of it. That is what America is. It's
Exactly,
not justice.
yeah.
It's violence. America's built on violence.
It is. It's so like fascinating to like think about like where like the concept of like the American dream. It came from like the birth of America, right?
Yeah.
But it's never been like a legitimate real thing that you can actually reach for, because the country has always been built upon violence, and it continues to show. Like even now in the day and age we live in now, it's just. Like, yeah, and it's just so interesting to see people like desperately cling on to like the American dream and stuff. And I don't know. I'm sorry, we're spending. Sorry.
Some of the movie, it's been the first 2 minutes of the movie.
No,
You're
because-
good though. You're good. It's
We can keep talking
I
about
think
the first
this
2
is the
minutes.
most important, like one of the most important scenes in the movie. Like truly, I like.
Good thing I forgot about it.
Yeah.
I just love movies. You know, we're not talking about
I
this
love
movie.
movies. I love movies.
I do love movies, and we're not talking about this specific movie, but I think of The Brutalist was a movie that released last year. Also, a film, you know, dealing with, you know, immigration and the American dream and stuff like that. And one of the most striking shots in that entire film is in like the opening where they have the upside down shot of the Statue of Liberty. And I think that's one of the most striking images I've seen like in any movie in so long. And that perfectly encapsulates that film, this film, and any other film dealing with similar subject matters. Like the Statue of Liberty, you know, the fucking like the symbol of justice is upside down and destroyed and like rusted and stuff, you know?
And there's a shot of the Statue of Liberty in the opening of Godfather 2, which we'll talk about
Right.
next week.
We'll talk about that next week.
What else do you have to say about, not necessarily like this guy, but like the whole opening with the wedding and, you know, everything
It
that's
was
going
really
on there?
cool. I thought it was like fun because it's kind of like very quick, if that makes sense, because it goes from one thing to another to another.
Well, okay, the movie is like almost 3 hours long. Did you think?
Oh, it was 3. Yes.
Did you feel it?
Yes.
Yeah, really? Okay.
I felt it felt long.
I think it
We need to
starts to feel
stop
long after a while.
3-hour-long movies,
The
guys.
whole wedding scene, even though it's like, what, 20-30 minutes, that
About-
breezes by for me.
I think there is a point in the film where it kind of slows down just a little
But
bit.
when Michael goes to Sicily, that's
Yeah,
when it slows
that's
down.
the
what I was
part.
gonna
That's the part
say,
where it
like-
slows down a little bit. But there are like, as soon as it transitions into him in Sicily and the theme starts playing, like it just makes up for all of that.
Yeah.
It's so good. But no, the wedding scene I think is so well done. Like you get to know the family, like so they're like real people. Every single person feels like a real person. It's like you're actually watching like home video footage or something.
Yeah.
And like, you know, the grandma's like, the mother's like singing and stuff, and you know, the singer comes in, Johnny, and they're like, oh my god, hi, Johnny's
Johnny
here.
Fontaine, who's
Johnny-
totally not Frank Sinatra. But I love the wedding scene, how you have like the stuff outside is very brightly lit, and then inside it's so dark where you can like barely see anything that's going on. And you're just getting these kind of vignettes of like, this is what Vito's doing. Here's the different meetings he's taking, right?
Speaking about like the look of the film, this film has such a distinct look. There are many films which, to this day try to, imitate The Godfather, right? Yeah. It created like a genre in a way. And they do that, but I've never seen a single film imitate the way this looks.
Yeah.
Like, just the way the colors pop, the way everyone's faces look, it's so, like, insane. I don't know how he did that. And it's so well shot. It's beautifully shot.
And it's like, I don't know, there's something about, like, like all of those scenes of, like, Vito just kind of, like, sitting at his desk with, like, his cat. And it's just
the cat,
the cat.
Which was Brando's idea.
Color. Was it actually?
Yeah,
it was improv. It was like a last minute addition, I believe.
He just wanted a cat in this.
Honestly, that's real. Like me too.
So true.
I wish I had a cat on my lap right now.
Honestly, yeah. Guys, can we get a cat for the podcast?
We should adopt a
mascot.
Cat.
We should. Mascot, guys.
That could be the mascot. Wait, do you not like cats, Avery?
I like cats. They don't like me, but. Why? No.
Because the cat will be like the Godfather.
Who's the Godfather of the podcast?
I do
people
I'm like,
we don't have a Godfather. We're we're a democracy. We don't have a Godfather.
But yeah, there's something about like. It's strange because it feels very like, I don't know, like I'm trying to find the right words to describe it, but like some of the scenes feel very like smoky, but also like rich, and it's like the reds, especially that's what pops out, like the kind of like dark red, like wine red. I don't know, there's something about those scenes and just the colors that it's like, I haven't really seen like replicated by any other film.
I've never seen anything
like it. I know what you mean about it being smoky. Like when they're in like their offices, it's so like dirty and it feels so lived in.
Exactly.
So good. Okay, moving on from the first 10 minutes of the film. Avery, continue. After the wedding scene.
So there's the wedding, and then they kill a horse, and then afterwards.
Okay, so we'll set that up a little bit. We'll talk about the horse.
Basically, this one guy is like, "Hey, I want to be in this movie."
That was
Godfather.
a real horse head, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
That's even more fucked up.
That was a real horse head.
Dude, what is up with like?
Yeah, films used to do this. They just killed animals.
Like, I have seen in so many of my film classes, just like, movies where they just like show them like killing a bunch of animals.
I don't know if they explicitly killed a horse.
I don't think they would do that. Yeah, no. I assume he was dead.
Probably, but still, it's just like, damn. Anyways, yes, there is a dead horse.
There's a dead horse. Basically, this one guy's like, I want to be in this movie, Godfather, make
Johnny
it
Fontaine.
happen. And then Godfather's like, okay. Hey, lawyer guy, go to this director's house and like convince him to get the guy. So then he's like, they're like at his house and they're like in the stable and he's like, I got a horse. And then he's like,
his prized horse.
Let me in the movies. And he's like, no. So then he goes to sleep and then he wakes up with blood on him.
Why are you laughing? This
I don't know why she's laughing.
Scene.
Like,
this is horrifying.
Covered in blood, and then he turns the blanket off, and there's a horse.
Okay.
I'm actually concerned for you.
I don't know why
this
you're laughing.
There's
a that's a real dead horse. Like that's like a real horse head bleeding all over him.
Killed his prized horse as blackmail, like threaten him, and she thinks this is so funny she can't contain herself. No, Avery, no, killing horses is
bad.
No.
When he was sleeping, though, did he not wake up? Like, there's like blood dripped all over him. How
he
did
did.
he not
That's how he found
How
out.
did he not wake up?
Oh no, I keep the bed.
I'm a woman now.
He was just so because periods, right? He was just so easy sleeping.
Am I right, folks?
Why is this funny to you?
It's just stupid. It's like random.
If this happened to you, would you laugh?
Well, no, that's a little different. But it's
What happens to other people? It's so funny.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny, man. That horse deserved better.
It did.
Yeah.
The horse.
You've said a lot of
R.I.P.
fucked up things on this podcast, but this is a new low.
Justice for horses,
Justice
man.
for horses.
So true.
Okay.
Anyways,
Moving on.
Oh,
so then
no.
after that, so there's like the Godfather guy, and he's like,
She's not taking
it's
any
the
of this
Godfather,
seriously.
and he goes to the market with his friend, and he's like, I'm gonna
With his
buy
friend? That's his son.
with his son. What the fuck? Can I say one thing? Genuinely, this is
Oh
one of
my
my
God.
negatives for that. There's so many characters. in
Right,
this
and the movie makes it so
and-
you care about every single one,
But
and you
it's
know.
hard to keep track of all.
Okay.
of them.
Okay, that's fair.
I-
There's
fine.
a lot of characters.
Yeah,
There's
and I think
scenes-
like it's probably easier for like us to kind of separate them because we've seen the movie more than once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
There would
I mean
be scenes that I'm like, oh, who's that guy? Oh,
Yeah.
what's his
That,
arc?
Okay.
I definitely
That's
felt
fair.
that way
That's
when
fair.
I first watched it, especially
Yeah.
in part 2.
and,
But-
like
Oh, no.
Part 2's much bigger.
Oh,
and, yeah.
no.
But I think what Coppola does so well with this movie is, especially in the death scenes, he makes every death like so unique. There's
Yeah.
one detail about each one that makes it stand apart,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And especially like random side characters that have like no real significance. There's always like a little thing about them,
Yeah.
like the whole
Yeah.
like cannoli thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's such like a small random detail, but
Yeah.
it makes that memorable. You
Yeah.
know, and I think the movie does that so
Yeah,
well.
it's so good because it progresses the plot and it also distinguishes every single death.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so well done.
Do you remember the cannoli?
Which
And she's
Uh,
like, "Don't forget the cannoli."
They drive out into like the fields and he's like, oh, I have to like take a piss, and he gets out of the car and the other guy in the car.
and they shoot
He
him in the
shoots
back.
him,
I do
yeah.
remember
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
He says, "Leave the gun,
Yeah.
take the cannoli."
Yeah.
Leave the gun, take
No.
the gun. It's a big line.
Oh.
It's a very
Anyway,
famous line.
So
It's
yeah,
not-
I'm
the
sorry, I
Godfathers,
didn't.
the Godfathers at the market. and-
Yeah, so the Godfather's like strolling down the market with his son, and he's like, "Son, go to the car. I need to buy 2 oranges and a pepper."
Why is this funny? What's funny about this?
we actually, okay, believe it or not, there's a lot to say about oranges.
Right,
There's a
there
lot to
is.
say.
Yeah, no,
Maybe we'll save that for next week because there's
it's
more
more
of that
in
part
the second.
two.
Yeah, we'll save that. But
Okay.
oranges, like, they mean
It's a
something. man.
reoccurring theme.
There's a lot to say about oranges in The Godfather. I have one thing to say about oranges in this movie. We'll get
Go
to that.
for it.
No,
Also-
that comes later.
Okay, so then the Godfather like walks towards his car, and then these 2
Hold on, Avery. Why are you laughing?
because these 2 bucks show up, and they're like, "Pew pew."
What's funny about this? I'm sorry. What's funny about this? Look, I get the horse. Okay, leaving. Hold on. Hold on. Leaving. Leaving.
Correct, nerd. Pew pew, and then they run off.
Leaving a horse head, a decapitated horse head on your bed is kind of like outlandish. I get that. Maybe that's funny. Maybe. How is this funny? 2 people.
It's just
He
the way
gets
they run
gunned
off.
down in the streets with his 2 sons, and she thinks it's the funniest thing ever.
Wait, no. Like, seriously, she's laughing because they came in, shot him, and then ran away. Like the running away is funny. Apparently,
Yeah, it's like a mob hit. That's what they do. They don't just like hang around.
they're not gonna like stand there.
They leave so they don't get caught.
Yeah.
What I picture 2 12-year-olds doing. It's like the
What?
way they ran off.
Fuck.
Yeah, you watch all yourself. Me and my friend
They
are like,
just,
guys, let's go shoot some people.
They're like, yeah, nerds,
Okay, let's
and
run
run off.
away.
It was funny to me. Like,
This
obviously,
whole
I
podcast
understand.
was a
Okay,
What are we
fine.
Like,
doing?
obviously, sure, it's sad they shot the but he's not dead, guys. He's not dead.
Right. Okay. So
He's
what-
cut to the hospital.
right.
Michael, we love Michael.
Right.
And this part, then we stop liking Michael. Michael,
No.
I stopped liking Michael
At
after.
this- okay.
No,
Oh,
little
later.
little
That's what-
later.
Okay.
So Michael's like, I need to visit my father. So he goes to visit his father in the hospital.
He says that because he sees a newspaper with the headline that says Vito Corleone is like in the hospital.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And then as soon as he sees that, he runs across the street, gets into the telephone booth, shuts the door on, his girlfriend, and he
Oh,
makes the
that's a
call.
whole other thing. We'll get into
We'll
that
talk
later.
about
We'll
that.
talk about that
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
And then, so he goes to the hospital and he's like, Dad, I need to move you to another room. You're going to die in this room or something. And
Can
then
I?
there's-
Okay, hold on. Before you continue, that scene, I don't know. I don't know if I felt this like during my first watch, but it's terrifying to watch that scene because he goes in, the hospital's completely empty. There's no
Yeah.
music. It's actually like I was fucking terrified for some reason. There's no one there. There's barely any music playing, and he goes into the room, and then the the nurse comes in and it's like a jump scare almost. It's so well
Yeah.
done.
There's lots of shots of empty hallways. Did you
Right.
notice that?
Yeah.
Do you know the story about that?
No.
Is that as they were editing the movie, they didn't have those shots. And Coppola felt like there wasn't like a lot of suspense and atmosphere in that scene. So he went to one of his best friends, George Lucas.
Whoa.
And George Lucas said, have you tried going to the start of your footage, like before the actors walk into frame, and just grabbing a couple shots of empty hallways? And so they did that, and it made the scene so much more suspenseful.
Yeah.
Dude,
So much more
George
suspenseful.
Lucas,
Yeah.
That
man.
hospital sequence is
Yeah.
amazing. I love
Actually,
that.
I do have more facts about George Lucas because
Lay them on me.
they were good friends, and they had a production company called American Zoetrope, and they made THX 1138,
Right.
which was a massive flop.
Mhm.
Mm.
And when Paramount wanted to make The Godfather, they went to Coppola, and Coppola didn't want to do it. And he was talked into it because American Zoetrope was like losing so much money because of THX being a flop that he was like, fine, I'll do it. So basically, George Lucas making a flop movie is why Coppola directed this. And George Lucas had like a few other like tiny bits of assistance with this movie. Specifically, there's a montage of like newspapers later on.
Right.
And George Lucas directed that
That's
scene.
during like the time jump type
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
George Lucas directed that.
I actually
That's
really like
cool.
that scene. Like that was one that like I've seen The Godfather before, but it's been a very long time. And so I remembered like the main plot points, but I didn't remember too much. But like I was rewatching, well, part of it last night, but most of it today. And like that scene, there's like this like kind of like out of tune piano like playing in the back. I don't know. It was just, it's such a strange like feeling. There's all of these like newspapers and all these photos of like, you know, people like seeing all these like dead bodies, you know, all these
Mhm.
people dying. And there's something so like, I don't know, that out of tune piano just does something. Like I don't know how to describe it.
No, I get it's like uneasy. It's
Yeah.
like really unsettling and stuff. I get that.
It's like
The movie,
I don't know.
like, I don't know. I feel like it's so easy to take The Godfather as kind of like a plain old, you know, gangster film that kind of, you know,
Mhm.
originated the genre. But no, it's doing so many things, and in such a unique way. And some of it feels so like, I don't know. It's so ahead of its time. I hate to say that, but it's so insanely ahead of its time,
Mhm.
and you just can't replicate that. It's just Anyway, the hospital sequence.
Yes, so he goes to the hospital and he's like, Dad, we gotta move you to another room. You're gonna die.
Yeah.
So then they move him to another room, and there's this guy that shows up. I don't know if he's actually. He's just a
banker.
guy, sure, a banker. And he's like, I brought your dad flowers. And he's like, come with me outside, pretend you have a gun. You're gonna get rammed. He's like, yeah. And then a
And
car
this-
pulls up.
Right, and that
And then they leave.
Right, and that sort of marks, like, to me at least, the start of, like, Michael's, like, kind of shift. He's,
Yeah.
like, getting into, like, that mobster, like, mindset. He's like, okay, this is how you have to play the game. This is what you do, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And, like, just for some context, Michael was not involved in the family business in any way. He went to, like, college and stuff like that. He went to the military.
Yeah.
He was a very clean-cut
He's a
guy.
good boy.
And then as soon as his dad gets shot, he has to slowly come inside to, like, you know, sort things out.
Yeah.
I mean, you can talk about that for hours, too.
That's
yeah.
one of my main things I wanted to talk about, but
Okay.
we'll get into it later.
I mean, we can get into it
We
now.
can talk about
no,
Michael.
because then, but then the whole ending is like spoiled.
Okay, fine. We'll wait.
What?
Okay,
Anyways, Michael then gets bitch slapped by a cop.
That's true.
And then he like
And he's
goes
like,
back-
I gotta kill this guy.
And then he's like, I gotta kill this cop. He bitch slapped me. So then,
True, yeah.
then he's like, all right, guys, we gotta make a big plan. So they go to this Italian restaurant. And they're like, plant the gun there. So then Michael's like, all right. And then he's like, I gotta go pee-pee. So then he like goes into the washroom and then gets the gun and then shoots the two guys. And then he's like, peace out. And then they're like, okay, you gotta go to another country.
Okay.
This is too good of a scene for you to gloss
Yeah,
over
we're-
like this.
We have to stop her every other minute because, okay.
She does not take this movie seriously.
To me, genuinely, this is more of a comedy than anything.
Okay. Let's talk about
I'm sorry.
the assassination scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's kind of like the centerpiece of like the entire film. It's
Yes.
it's like
It's
the
the
turning
turning
point.
point,
It's a turning
yeah.
point. It's so fucking good.
Mhm.
How do we set this up?
There's the cop, the other guy, and Michael.
There's the cop, there's
Salazzo.
Salazzo, and there's Michael.
Yes, and they're like, let's do a meeting because we need to discuss
There
things.
is so much like suspense going into that, assassination. It's kind of, I can't explain this feeling, but it's kind of the feeling of, I don't know if you guys have ever had this, but there's been times like, in my family, like, and like I have like a pretty big family, like, like an extended family, and there's times where like, someone's maybe like at the hospital or like something's happening and we all have to like stay up late at night. And so we're all like together in one room and talking about what might be happening and what we might have to do the next day.
Yeah.
And that watching them plan like, oh, are we going to find out where the meeting's being held? Are we going to find out who's doing this? It gave me that exact feeling, like staying up late at night and, planning something when like everything's on the line, everything's at stake, that type of feeling. It's hard to like word, but that's the feeling it gave me. The point is that there's a lot of like, you're on edge and there's a lot of suspense going into it because you don't know how it's going to turn out. Anyway, the meeting goes through. Michael shows up to the place and they start speaking. And Salazzo says, I'm going to speak in Italian to Michael. I remember when I first watched this film, there were no like subtitles for like the Italian part of this. And so I was like, oh, maybe I have like the wrong file or something. And so I actually looked up to find the file, but I couldn't find anything. And so I looked up if you're meant to like understand that, and you're not, because Michael isn't really like paying attention to anything he's saying.
Yeah.
He's barely, in fact, he can barely speak Italian because he has to respond in English.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where he's like trying to speak in Italian, but then he glances over to McCluskey. He's like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to speak in English. It doesn't matter. I'm going to kill both of them anyway, right? And he just starts speaking in English. So the point is, you're not supposed to be understanding like Michael or like the Italian in that scene.
Good. I didn't have captions on, so.
Wait, did you understand like the Italian like in the Sicily parts?
There were subtitles for that.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, she said she had no captions on.
No, but there would still be subtitles.
Oh,
like,
did you have
hard-coded.
subtitles?
Maybe? I don't.
The Sicily parts, like when he's in Sicily, like
She was on her phone during.
okay, we'll get to that.
I understood what was happening.
We're gonna get to that. Okay.
We'll get to it.
So Michael
Friendships are over after this podcast.
Michael goes to the bathroom. He gets the gun. It's exactly where
They planted it.
Clemenza told him it would be. He gets the gun. He comes out, and then there's this great scene where like the train going by the place gets louder and louder, and Michael just has this like dead like concentrated stare, and he's looking at the table, and Salazzo keeps speaking, and his voice gets kind of like filtered out by the train, and he just gets the gun out and he shoots them both dead, and he drops the gun instantly just like he was told, and he runs out, and that's when the newspaper montage begins, and we move to Sicily. That scene,
Such a good scene.
is like insane. It's just, what did you think of that scene? Like, did it not like
She thought it was funny. She didn't think it was suspenseful.
Okay,
or
I didn't think
tense.
it was suspenseful.
What about like the train sound and stuff like that, like building up to him, pulling the trigger?
I thought he was gonna like not do it because he hesitates for so long. I think that was my only real thing. I was like, oh, he not
were
gonna
you
do it.
surprised
Oh,
then
okay,
when he
he
did
did it. I was just like, okay, he did what he was told.
Okay.
I didn't think of him like hesitating. I think he was just like waiting. Like he was just doing it.
I think part of him like wanted to do it, and he was hesitating because like he didn't know if he could actually go through with it.
Yeah, 'cause
Michael
he's a
isn't
good
like
boy.
new to like killing people. Like he was in the military.
he
he
was
can
in
kill
the
people.
Marines
Yeah,
or
but it's
whatever
like
it was,
okay,
yeah.
being in the military and being in a mafia is two different things, though.
Right. But I think the thing with Michael is that even though he wants to stay out of the family business, I think there's a part of him that like does feel connected to that side of things.
Yeah.
Where it's not like, he was pulled into it, but it's more like, this was his calling and he was like always a part of it and he just had to embrace it. That's kind of my interpretation of
Sure.
it. And so I think
Yeah.
during this scene, there was a part of him that like wanted to do it.
It's in the family, right? It sort of comes naturally to him, like that side of it. And he kind of shows that because he like seamlessly gets into the business. Like you don't even notice it. Like when you're watching the movie, like he's just the Godfather now. Like he's like leading the pack.
Yeah.
And it just happens. And it's just,
Right, yeah. Like this is kind of the closest thing to a turning point for him, but like even before then, like he was just like in the room for these conversations
Right.
now. Like he never like left it and then had to come back in. He was always kind of a part of it.
Right. Maybe there was a part of him that was like trying to get away from it because he knew it's not something he would like to be involved
Yeah.
in, but he just can't
He
escape.
wanted to resist it, but he was always like ingrained into
Yeah,
that
and
world.
then
He
his
was born into
father's
it.
like assassination attempt kind of like fully, pushed him to the edge.
And I just love the way he becomes more like Vito as the movie goes
Yeah.
on. Like the one big one is like the famous line of like, I'm gonna make him an offer he can't
Yeah.
refuse. And then Michael says that later on.
He does.
You know?
even like, I'm sorry, Al Pacino is so fucking good.
Oh my god,
Because
he's so good.
the way his mannerisms change throughout the film, the way his voice changes. He's speaking in kind of like Vito's, like, what's the word, like raspy voice?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, oh my god. The acting is like insane from every single person
From
in this movie.
everyone.
Anyway, the assassinations happen, and Michael has to go to Sicily for a bit.
Yeah. So he goes away, and they're there now, and then they
Okay,
both show up at
Avery,
a restaurant.
This Sicily bit.
Yeah.
Did you understand the dialogue? Like,
Yeah, I think they're at a restaurant, and he's like, man, or they were like on a walk, and then they stop at this restaurant, and he's like talking to like this guy, and he's like, man, there's lots of like hot girls here, and then he's like, ugh, and then the one guy's like, oh shit, we were like talking about his daughter to him, and then Michael's like,
I was afraid she didn't have subtitles. Or something.
Okay, maybe I did. I don't know. It was a long 3 hours, guys. Let me live.
Okay.
So then Michael's like, I want to talk to the dad. So then he's like, I want to meet your daughter with your family around. I want to be her husband. And then
he was like, I want
which,
with your.
he has a girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Michael's a fucking cheater. Fuck Michael.
That's the problem.
That's married.
Yeah.
He gets fully fucking married, and he has a girlfriend who's been like writing to him, calling him.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up.
He is an
I
asshole to
felt
her.
no
Okay.
sympathy when she exploded in the car.
Okay, well, it wasn't her fault.
I was so cheering.
She was just trying to learn how to drive.
She was just learning how to drive.
Completely, she's the most innocent
No, she's
person.
innocent.
Honestly,
Like,
yeah.
it's also sad, but also like, fuck you, Michael. You deserve.
How is that? Okay, if it's fuck you,
Anyway,
Michael. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
It's not
Michael.
fuck you, his wife.
No, I have nothing against I don't know her name. I have nothing
Apollonia.
You
against.
said you cheered when she got killed.
Yeah, because fuck you, Michael.
But she's
And
like,
it's
But
fucking
she's the one who's dying.
Well, it's fine.
He moved on after like 5 seconds.
Yeah, he went back to his
home.
girlfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so messed up. Anyway, so they like get married, and then she explodes in a car.
Right. Okay.
And
Well,
then-
okay.
The
we're
whole
glossing over
segment
like 50
is
different
just
talking
gonna
points.
be like going through the movie.
You've skipped over like one of the most essential parts of the movie. Okay. So this is when So their sister is getting beat up by Carlo.
Oh, that, yeah, okay.
Isn't
That's
that
a whole other thing.
Isn't that
yeah.
what leads up to that in a way? Because Barzini, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is back in America. Yeah.
Sorry.
Honest-
I have another thing.
what?
But
Go ahead.
Go on.
No,
go on.
It's the people where like they start fighting and breaking stuff, right? It's those characters. Are
Yeah.
we talking about? Okay, so
Like the abusive husband of Michael's sister, right? And
where
he's,
she
like,
gets the
yelling at
phone
her.
call from
Right,
the
and then
girl,
she breaks everything.
and
yeah.
then
Yeah.
she's like, "I made dinner for you," and then starts throwing shit everywhere.
I
And
thought that
there's
scene was horrifying.
There's
Okay.
uncooked pasta
Wait.
in the pot.
Hold up.
I
Hold
think
up.
that's
So-
further ahead.
So let's
though.
make a list of all the things Avery finds funny. Animal murder, human murder,
Domestic abuse.
domestic abuse.
Oh, God. Okay, no.
What else? What else on the list?
Uncooked
Arson?
pasta.
Uncooked
One-
pasta.
I'm sorry. That scene is actually terrifying.
It is.
Like, it's
It
so
is.
hard to
But,
watch.
okay.
Horrifying.
One thing, scene that is kind of funny to me, or was kind of funny to me, and I was watching this, last night,
I
but
know
I
what
was
you're gonna
rewatching
say.
it, and he was sitting next to me, and I, pulled him away to look at this. But the scene where, Sonny is, beating up...
Carlo.
Yeah, Carlo. When he starts punching him and beating, there's no sound effects or anything like that, and so it just looks like the fakest fighting ever. It's like
Yeah, it does really visibly
Oh, the
look
trash
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Sure, that can be
One-
funny.
That was the one part that I did find funny, just because you can tell that he's just punching the air. You can just tell.
It's visibly bad.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
I mean, and sure, that can be funny, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's
Um,
yeah. Anyways,
yeah,
I just
so,
noticed that and it was
Their sister gets beat up by Carlo, and Sonny
Yeah.
shows up to her place, and Sonny loses. Sonny's like a really hot-tempered type of guy. He's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill everyone, I'm gonna blow everything up. Right? He's that type of guy. And so he sees that, he goes over to Carlo, who's like the husband. By the way, this is the couple that gets married at the start of the film.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting because the entire film, like the film opens with their wedding. It's like a celebration.
Yeah.
And the rest of the film tracks like the complete downfall of their marriage.
Yeah.
And it ends with the husband getting killed.
Yeah.
And the wife being, widowless. Being widowed, sorry. But yeah, he beats up Carlo. I'm trying to think of what exactly leads to Apollonia blowing up in the car.
It was a hit on Michael.
It was a hit on Michael, and it was through Barzini, I believe. So Barzini links up with Carlo, which is later revealed, like at the end of the movie. But he links up with Carlo, and through Carlo, he kills Sonny, and he also puts a hit on Michael, but they accidentally kill Michael's wife instead. And then this leads into the scene where, there's what?
I didn't do it. What?
Okay. This leads into the scene where there's, the pasta thing you were talking about, the domestic abuse thing, which I think is like a terrifying scene. It's an awful scene.
And like, I don't know, there's something. Yeah, it is really just like terrifying.
It is.
Because isn't she also like pregnant?
She is pregnant, and he's hitting her with the belt.
Yeah, and she's just like, there's something. I don't know. You can just feel how like powerless she feels, and just all her frustration. Yeah, and like right at the end where she's like, is she in like the bathroom or something, or like a closet? Where she like runs the bathroom,
and then you just see the door.
Yeah, it's like you don't know what's gonna happen. You just hear like her screams, and it's like
it's awful. It's so awful, and okay. Anyway, after all of that, what happens next?
Then
we kind of skipped over the famous transition of Vito's mustache into like the tree in Sicily, which is great.
It's good.
But anyway,
we can talk about what happens with Vito.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Vito. So, do you remember that stuff?
That's the Godfather.
Yeah, that's the Godfather.
He's like alive.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing well. Everyone visits him in the hospital.
He's upset that Michael is the one who killed Sollozzo, and he's now involved with the business and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he makes that point clear.
Then they call a meeting with the 5 families, and they're like, hey guys, let's just settle this. I lost a son, you lost a son. Let's all just, I'm a man of my word, please. Right. So then they like come up with like a compromise.
Right.
And Michael comes back.
Okay, so the big part, you kind of skipped over this, but the big part of that meeting is that the whole like mafia like world was like moving towards like narcotics and stuff and drugs. Instead of like casinos and, drinking and women and stuff like that, it was more drugs. And Vito was like, no, this is bad business, it's going to lead to our downfall. Yeah. And so I feel like thinking about that further, it goes into like, time kind of passing you by type of thing. I feel like the movie deals with that.
Yeah. I just think it's interesting that Vito, like, even though, like, they're killing people, he's still kind of, like, the drug business, not just because it's bad for us, but, like, it's just bad. We don't want any involvement in that. Like,
it's so interesting how the mafia kind of have their own code. Like, they are, like, fucked up people, but they have morals in a way. Because even
in a weird way, he does have his
one
own
of the
sense
people
of morals.
on, like, the 5 heads meeting is like, okay, we can sell drugs, but no schools, no children, because that's just out of line, man. That's fucked up. And it's just so interesting. Like, they'll kill people. But
we won't get kids addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
You gotta respect that.
And to be fair, not to defend the mafia, they kind of kill people who have it coming. In the movie, at least. It's like, hey, man.
That horse. That nothing.
Okay, the horse is unjustifiable.
Don't go there, man.
Yeah,
the horse was living a peaceful
But no, the mafia
life.
do have, like, codes. It's interesting. They have a code.
Yeah.
Did you know that the mafia in real life were, like, involved with this movie?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
showed up.
Well, the mafia were not happy that this movie was being made because it was, like, making them look bad. And so one of the things that they did, so Al Ruddy, who was, like, one of the producers of the movie, he met with the mafia, and specifically Joe Colombo. He was, like, one of the main, like, mafia guys. And one of the demands they had was to remove the word mafia from the script. And Al Ruddy was like, you know what, man, for you, we'll do that. We'll remove the word mafia from the script. And he was like, thank you for that. But it was only in the script like once.
Is it?
It was. In the actual movie, it's not in there at all because he took it out to
Okay,
appease
right.
the mafia.
Okay,
but originally,
okay.
it was only in the script once.
Right.
Oh, so who was like, oh, it's not that bad.
Also,
Yeah, but he was like, for you, like,
For
we'll
you,
do
I'll
this
do
for
this
you.
big
Yeah.
sacrifice.
And they were like, thank you. And they kind of like eased off a little bit
Right.
from there.
Yeah.
But also, I think one of the actors, I think it's Luca Brasi. I think that actor was in the mob. He was like
I
an
would not be
enforcer for the
surprised.
Kondo
That's
family.
fair.
Yeah.
It's so also, you mentioned the script. We can talk a little bit about like the author of the book.
Yeah.
The film is based off a book, and the guy had like never written like a movie script like in his life. He had no idea what he was doing. He just kind of wrote something, and I just got fucking lucky that it turned into this movie.
Yeah. Well, he wrote some book that was like very personal to him. It was about his mom, and it was a big flop. And his wife or someone was like, just write about like gangsters or something. Like that'll be a big
Is there
hit.
3 books?
I think
There's a bunch of books.
I think there's
Yeah.
really.
There's a few. There's like The Godfather Returns is one of them. There's a bunch.
Is part 2 based off the book?
Part 2 is like based on some stuff from the first one and then expanded on. I don't think it's based on a book. But the book, The Godfather, was like a huge hit, and then Paramount got the rights for very cheap, and they made the movie.
They made a whole show about that.
They did make a whole show about that. Yeah,
It's called The Offer.
yeah
It's
with
like a-
Miles Teller.
Yeah.
He's in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You would like the show, maybe. It's all about like the making of The Godfather. But it was also like the studio had no faith in it because gangster movies at the time were like flopping. And one of the big things that they said was like, you know, these are starring like mostly Jewish actors or like just random Americans. We need like an Italian director, an Italian cast, make it authentic. And that was kind of what set this movie apart. That was the unique thing about The Godfather.
And I mean, there's so much like lore behind like, you know, the decision to cast Al Pacino and how the studio was like, who the fuck is this
right,
guy?
because he wasn't in anything.
Yeah, we can't put Al Pacino in this movie. Who the fuck is no one knows him? And Francis Ford Coppola was like, I'm not going to do the movie if this guy's not in. He took a gamble on him.
And one of the big things that convinced the studio was that they got Brando. And so they were like, we got like one big one. Like, that's fine, you know?
Anyway, where were we?
But Al Pacino's, he's cool.
Al Pacino's great. I don't know. I hope Al Pacino's...
Can I ask you a question?
Oh no.
Do you find Al Pacino hot?
in
Al
this
Pacino's
movie.
Michael, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fine. He's fine. He's attractive.
Okay.
Why?
I think-
I think he's so hot in this.
He is especially
I-
attractive in this movie.
I thought he looked pretty good in this.
Yeah, he's
pretty good.
And he looks even better in the second movie. Al Pacino in The Godfather. Yeah, it's this movie. It's
the only time you'll ever talk about like
no,
finding
it's-
someone attractive.
I'll tell you what. It's this movie and fucking Dog Day Afternoon.
Dog Day Afternoon and
Oh,
Serpico.
yeah.
and Serpico. He looks great. He looks so good. We love him. Even De Niro looks great in the second movie.
Yeah.
And like De Niro looks great in like all of his younger, like fucking Taxi Driver.
There's a lot of attractive people in this movie.
There are, yeah.
Sonny, James Caan. I
James
saw that both
Caan's-
of you watched Misery recently.
Right.
Who's James Caan?
James Caan's in that. James
He was
Caan.
the dad in Elf.
Oh!
Sonny, yeah.
No, that's cool.
He's in Michael Mann's Thief.
Yeah.
He's in a bunch of other movies. James Caan's great. We love James Caan.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think we're nearing the end of the movie. So,
We can talk about how Vito dies. Do you want to say anything about that?
Oh, okay.
before you
so-
talk about that, do you remember the scene where Vito talks to Michael and they have like their last
Yes.
meeting?
So
sort
so
of?
they're talking. They're Michael. They're like outside, and Michael and the Godfather. They're talking. And he's like, "Hey, if this person requests a meeting, he's a traitor or
Right.
something like that." And then Michael's like, "Cool." And then Michael, like, they have a kid because they're like not Michael and his girlfriend have a kid. And then
Okay.
I guess there's like
before,
time passes.
before you move on, I love that scene because it's such a nice, like, I don't know. The film deals with mortality, like, in many different ways,
Yeah.
but that scene is kind of, like, the best, representation of it. He talks about how, I never wanted this for you, Michael, and stuff like that. And he's like, you could have been, like, a governor, we could have had someone, like, in the government.
senator.
Like,
He wants
yeah,
to
it's
be a
like a
senator,
senator or
yeah.
something like that. But there just wasn't enough time, and that's, like, his final line. He's like,
Yeah.
there just isn't enough time.
Yeah.
And there's something about this kind of like caring aspect to him. Like, he has such a strong emphasis on like family. Like, that's just something that's a constant throughout
That's
the
the
film.
thing. Like all these like gangster movies and all like Italian gangster movies, they have a big emphasis on like family. Like they're really like passionate about their families. Like, you know what? Do all the business stuff, but do not fuck with the family, right? Like, do not let the business come into the household. In fact, they have that like dinner table scene where they're like discussing business like at the dinner table, and then the sister says, you know, Dad never discussed business at the table, and then Sonny's like, okay, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Business at the table.
And
but
like,
you just see throughout the movie how much he cares about his family.
Yeah. And it's something that, like, I mean, of course, we don't really end up seeing too much of, like, of Michael as, like, you know, the Godfather at the end.
That's part two.
But, like, yeah. But, like, there's, like, just by the way that, like, you know, he ends up, like, killing Carlo, and like, you know, his sister is like, oh, like, you know, you didn't think about this, like, now I'm a widow and stuff, like, you didn't give that care to the family.
Right, that's a good point. And that's the difference between Vito and
exactly.
Michael is just cold. He's kind of like a robot almost. And I mean, we're gonna see this expanded upon so well in the second part, but like by the end of this movie, you can tell he doesn't care about like the family aspect of it at all. He just cares about the business side.
Whereas like that was Vito's like priority over everything.
And I feel like he's trying to imitate Vito. He wants to be like his dad, but he's forgetting that family's the biggest part of it.
Yeah, like one of the most emotional moments in any of these movies is when Vito sees Sonny dead, and there's that line, "Look how they massacred my boy."
Yeah.
It's so sad when he says that. There's so much emotion in the way he says that line.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, we can talk about Vito's death. He dies playing with his grandson.
Exactly.
Right?
And it's just something about seeing all these deaths that are so kind of like gruesome and like violent. And I mean, like, not to say like, I mean, it's still kind of like striking when he just like falls to the floor.
Right, but he doesn't get like assassinated.
Yeah, exactly. And it's in this moment of kind of like playfulness, like out in the open in this like bright like garden. Like there's
And did you notice an orange in this scene? It's very important.
Is there an orange?
He cuts up the orange and he puts the peel in his mouth.
Oh, he
when
does.
he's playing with his grandson, and he's like being like a monster. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna chase you," and the kid's like running around laughing.
The son to cry.
Yeah, but they're playing. The son's laughing, right? And I think it's kind of funny in a way that like he's dying not as a mobster, but as like a grandfather playing with his son. But he's imitating a monster. That's like what they're playing.
Yeah.
So you're seeing that kind of duality with them, like even when he's playing with his grandson in these final moments of his life.
Yeah.
And I think that's really interesting.
It is. And, you know, seeing how he was being a family man first and then a businessman second, he was kind of, in a way, imitating a monster. That was his entire role, like throughout his entire life. It's a perfect scene. Anyway, so Vito dies and then Michael takes over the business. Yeah. Now, this leads into my favorite scene in the entire film. The baptism scene.
We'll be here for 20 more minutes.
We're wrapping up.
We're wrapping up. The baptism scene of
I know it's fine.
The Michael's sister's son, right?
Yeah.
Like
he becomes the Godfather.
What did you think of this
He's
scene?
literally the Godfather.
He literally has become the Godfather.
What did you
He's taken over as the Godfather. It's symbolism. Whoa.
Okay. What did you think of that entire like sequence? It's like a 5-minute long baptism sequence. And,
basically, okay. I got something. Ready? Okay. So while the kids getting baptized, there's like the shooting montage of all these people. So you're seeing his rise of becoming the Godfather while being a Godfather. Yep. That's all I got.
Well, the big
that's just what happens in it. I thought you'd have like a point about that. As I was paying attention to the movie, this is what happens in the plot.
Okay, hear me out. Let me describe the scene.
Hear me out.
Okay. Well, the big mic drop moment is when the priest asks him, "Okay, do you renounce Satan?" And he says, "I do." And then the organ goes all crazy, like in the back, and they fucking kill people. Right? Like the fucking contrast between the two scenes, like.
Yes.
It's great. It's great. Okay. It's great. I love it. That's my favorite scene in the entire film. I can't. I mean, I could go into why, but it's just cool as fuck, man. It's so
such
cool.
a well edited scene.
So well edited.
And then, do you want to talk about the final scene of the movie? The very end. What happens?
Well, hold on. We kind of skipped over the whole Mo Green thing and the casino. Where,
Okay, sure, yeah.
Well, but like Fredo. Well, we have to mention this because Fredo plays a big part in the second movie.
Yeah.
Fredo is in Las Vegas and he's, doing all these like casino. He's getting into the casino business and he's kind of getting bossed around by Mo Green. And so Al Pacino, Michael, goes to Las Vegas and he tells Fredo, do not take sides against the family, ever. Mm. That's an important line. And yeah, he kind of just hustles Mo Green. He's like, hey man, we're going to take over your business. We're leaving the olive oil stuff and we're going to go into the casino business. Mo Green's like, who the fuck are you? He's like, hey man, I'm Michael. And the Godfather. I'm the Godfather. That's gonna happen more in the second movie. I guess we can leave it for that. But yeah. Anyway, the final scene.
I actually forget what the literal last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in his office.
Yeah.
He's now fully the Godfather.
Yeah.
He hugs his sister and he.
Okay. So the girlfriend like looks back and it's through the door and he's like shaking hands with the guys.
And the door closes.
And the door closes.
Door closes behind her and leaves her outside, keeping that distance between them.
Yep. And I mean that just further emphasizes like the difference between.
Yep, that's the disconnect, and this is foreshadowed with that telephone booth scene where he goes in, he shuts the door on her, and he just gets mad.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah. That's true.
That's why I mentioned it. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. But it's like it just further emphasizes that like as much as he in what he says, he's like, oh, like don't take sides against the family, right? Like, and stuff like that. And he's trying to be like his father, but like he really isn't taking that priority on his family, like for his family whatsoever. Like his sister, now widowed because of him.
Right.
Yeah.
He just says like, oh, go bring her to the doctor. Like she's gone insane.
Yeah.
Also, he doesn't even admit to it. Like to his.
No. Yeah. He lies to his wife. Yeah.
They have like a kid at that point.
They do. Yeah. And it's just like, no, it's not true. And she's like super thankful. And then he goes into his office and like, aren't they going to like have dinner or something? And she's like, oh,
no, she's like, I'm gonna get you a drink.
Oh yeah. And then he walks into his office and like closes the door, leaving her behind as well.
And the movie ends.
Yeah.
Okay. So final ratings.
Yeah.
Alex.
I think this is pretty much as close as you can get to a perfect movie. It's not one of my favorite movies. I would still give it a 10 out of 10. I love it so much. I think it's perfect. I love watching it. I wouldn't say it's like a top 10 or anything like that, but it's still a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, that's kind of exactly how I feel. Like, it's not the type of movie that I feel like, very attached to or anything like that. Yeah. But I can still fully appreciate that it's like an absolutely amazing film, and I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Like, it's just...
I think from like first frame to last, this is a perfect film. Like, this is perfect. It's so good. And I mean, we talked about that opening scene, the opening like 2 minutes for like 10 20 minutes, like, and I could go on. It's just so good. I give it a 10. Same as you guys. It wouldn't, I don't know if it would be like in my top 10. It's not like a personal pick. Like, if someone was like, hey, name like the top 10, like your top 10 favorite movies of all time, I would probably not name this, but it's up there. It's I love this film.
Yeah.
And I do kind of like, I do like, for me, it's easy to like connect with the characters and stuff and like resonate with the story and stuff like that. Like, it is easy for me to be emotionally touched by the story. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's great. Yeah, it's a 10.
I'm scared.
We're not going to be upset with you.
Okay.
I might be, depending on what this is.
Okay, I'm not going to be upset with you.
Thank you, Sam, and that's what matters.
Okay, let's predict. Alex, what do you think she's going to give it?
I think she's going to give it a 5.
Okay.
I'm thinking around there, too. Like
I'm guessing 6. Like a 5. Maybe, I'm going to say 6. I feel like she might have changed it to a 6.
I was going to say 6.
I gave it a 6.5.
Whoa. Okay.
You're happy? Oh my god.
That's actually, like, that's fair.
I liked the movie.
I liked it. I wouldn't watch.
She thinks it's her favorite comedy ever made.
Listen, here are my notes that were like overall. I listen, and I know this is like, okay, gangster movies. I've seen a lot of them because my dad really likes.
You?
I have. It's like my favorite. No, that's one I haven't seen. But
what gangster movies have you seen?
I've seen Leon the Professional. I've seen all of the like Taken movies. I don't know if Bourne counts as gangster, but that sort of
I
gun
feel like
violence.
neither Taken or Porn are
Well,
like
gun
gangster.
violence-y, whatever.
Okay.
Gun central violent. Whatever.
Leon the Professional is a gangster movie.
What's Nikita? Do you know what I'm talking about?
What?
Oh, no.
Never mind. Anyways,
The Departed.
they're
I've seen
not.
that.
They're not. I have seen that.
Oh,
They're
do you
not,
like The
That's a
Departed?
gangster movie.
It's okay.
Oh.
They're not. They're not my go-to type of movie.
That's fair.
It's not for me
It's
either,
not.
to be fair.
It's not. Yeah, and 3 hours. They're like, okay. If I were to compare this movie to One Battle After Another, that
Okay.
one felt shorter than this movie. This movie felt long.
Well,
to
it was
me.
shorter than this movie.
Weren't
so
they both 3 hours roughly?
I don't think One Battle After
How
Another.
long-
They're pretty close.
Are
They're both
they?
like a bit under 3
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, that one felt quicker than this movie. This movie dragged on. This movie at points was confusing just because of how many characters there are, and that it made it hard to watch at points. There's things that I can appreciate about it, but overall, I don't think I'd watch it again. Okay, another one, Bound, that you made me watch. I enjoyed that more than this movie, and I gave Bound a 7
I
or an 8.
also like Bound more than The Godfather.
Okay.
So.
Anyways, I gave it
I
a
won't be
6
upset
and a
with you for
half.
that.
I think that's pretty fair. 'Cause
That's fine, yeah.
I agree that at certain points, like the 3-hour runtime, like when I was rewatching it today, like I felt like it's a movie that I feel like to really appreciate it requires like a lot of your attention.
I think
And
this
at
is like a
some
one
points-
sitting, like you're done movie. In my
Yeah.
opinion. I don't know.
Like,
I feel the same about the second one, but
Yeah.
I did not watch this in one
I don't
sitting.
know.
Alex, did you watch the second one in one sitting?
Yeah, I did. I took like a 10-minute break, but mostly, yeah.
I'm gonna take 3 days to watch that movie.
That's
I'm not
okay.
even joking.
But
Sorry.
Three and a half hours?
It's definitely
Toy
like a
Story
commitment.
isn't
Like,
90, like what? Okay.
it's definitely like a commitment. Like you have to commit yourself to this world for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
yeah.
like
For
I can
me,
understand it.
most movies I watch are like 90 minutes. Is a lot.
Yeah. Like I feel like compared to other longer films that I've seen, this one did feel a bit longer, but for me like that doesn't make me like dislike it or anything like
Yeah.
that, but I can still like recognize that it felt more like 3 hours than like one battle after another.
I think
or
I've
something
seen
else.
like 90-minute films that feel longer than this. In my
I mean
opinion.
that's fair, but I'm just
I think like
I
like I said, there's one bit like the Sicily stuff where it kind of slows down a
Yeah.
little bit, but that's fine. Like
Yeah.
the rest of it flies by so quick.
Hmm.
And as for like gangster movies, I'm not like crazy about them. They're fine. I'll watch them. I like a good,
It's not my favorite genre.
That's fair. That's completely. I like a good like rise and fall story. I
like that a lot more. That's
Yeah.
what I like more about these movies.
I love, Goodfellas, Casino, The Departed, all the Scorsese movies. Love all of them, the gangster ones, and I don't know. I like them. I'm not like crazy about them, but this one's just really fucking good, and it's more than just a gangster movie. It's
Right,
more.
like, the gangster stuff is almost the least interesting stuff about the movie
Right.
in a way.
This movie is more. It's just about like a family. In a way.
Yeah,
Like it could have been
exactly.
about fucking anything.
Right, they could have been doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just worked.
Could own a restaurant, maybe. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It's about
It
a
would
family.
still be a great
Bob's
movie.
Burgers.
Bob's Burgers.
Okay.
It's about a family.
Do you know
Yeah.
that show?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Not that old.
Wait, that's like an animated show, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy because this next film we're talking about is also animated.
This is also
True.
technically the first animated movie that we're talking about on the podcast.
Technically.
That is being released. We have a failed recording, but we don't talk about that.
Anyway,
Secret.
okay.
Toy Story!
Wow.
Yay!
Toy Story.
A movie that everyone here has seen.
Yeah.
Yep,
Mhm.
multiple
Good.
times.
I guess
I've
you
seen
can-
this movie at least 17 times. I love this movie.
Each one? Or just this one specifically?
I've seen this maybe like 10-ish. The second
Mhm.
one I've seen like maybe 2 or 3. And the
Yeah.
third one I've seen
Third
at
one.
least 55 times.
Good.
I
Good.
love it.
Interesting.
Good.
I saw the first movie a couple times as a kid, but the
Mhm.
second
In the movie
one
theaters
is the
in
one.
1999.
No.
Second
No.
one's the most?
The second one I saw a lot as a kid.
That's
and the
fine.
third one, I
Third
saw
one
it.
for me was...
I saw the third one when it came out, and I didn't really
Same.
like it as a kid. But we'll get into that in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Because I haven't rewatched it yet for the podcast, so I might change my mind still. But as a
you
kid, I didn't
cried.
like
I
it.
hope you saw.
I hope you
like
cried.
a baby.
The only time
see.
I've ever cried in theaters is while watching that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I know when I'm gonna cry when I rewatch it. I love that movie so
We'll
much.
see.
They're gonna kill the fucking
Hey!
I'm sorry.
Guys, hear about
we're
the first
talking
one.
about the
We'll get into
Okay,
that
okay,
one.
I'm sorry.
There's
okay.
no
So-
killing.
Yay! No, there is killing. There's so much killing in this
They
one.
exploded toys.
Oh,
It exploded.
that's true.
The fucking
Sid
homicidal
Menace.
maniac.
Menace.
Alright,
Fucking
so
Punisher.
so
Andy has Punisher living next door. And he's blowing up toys left and right.
God.
And he's like fucking taking their heads off and attaching them to like other bodies. He's fucking insane.
Alright.
That kid
Before-
needs to be put down. I'm sorry. Like if your kid is anything like Sid, please.
12 locks on his door. He has like chainmail on his fucking bed. Anyways.
Oh, God.
Alex, describe the plot.
Do we need to describe the plot of Toy
We
Story?
don't. We really
People know
don't.
what Toys. It's a story about a
Yeah.
bunch of toys, and that's what it's
Yeah.
about.
Well, hey,
Okay.
hey. Alex, I don't like your tone.
I don't like your tone.
Okay, Toy Story is about a bunch of toys that belong to a kid named Andy, and one day it's Andy's birthday, and he gets the new Buzz Lightyear toy, which is the toy every kid wants. He's like a space ranger. He's so cool. He has like sound effects. He presses these little buttons
He has a
on him.
laser.
He
Yeah, a little
flies.
laser.
He
Yeah, he
flies.
flies.
Well, he's not a flying toy.
Right, okay,
He
yeah,
just
he's not a
falls
But he has a
flying toy.
glider,
gracefully
you
or
know.
whatever.
No,
The
he falls with
character
style.
flies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so Buzz Lightyear comes, and like they're kind of jealous of him, you know.
Woody's mainly
Woody
jealous.
is.
Yeah.
Woody
Because
mostly,
Woody's the
yeah.
favorite toy.
Right,
And he
then
doesn't
Buzz
want
Lightyear's
to
kinda
play,
his
so-
favorite.
And then
Yeah.
Woody tries to fucking kill him. He pushes him off.
he does try to assassinate Buzz. Yeah.
Guys, I think we found our connection.
So Woody like fucking pushes him off the window, and Buzz dies, but not really, because
Yeah.
Buzz ends up at like Sid's.
Sid's the neighbor.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, that's not what happens. What? Wait, hold
No,
on.
they go to Pizza Planet,
They
and
get-
then they
right.
go into
The claw machine.
claw machine, and
The
Sid
claw.
Yeah.
gets them. from
Okay,
the claw machine.
let's go to like the beginning. Okay,
Okay.
let's start at the
You've got a
beginning.
friend in me.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a good song.
Oh,
That's
what a
good
song! Oh my! I love that. Why are you laughing? I love that
No,
song.
it's true. Yeah.
Gangster violence. You gotta.
You got a friend in me.
We're gonna get.
It's so
copyrighted.
good. Oh my god! I'm sorry. Can I just say, I know we're not jumping ahead, but everything that happens in the opening of this movie is replicated in the third movie's opening, but it actually happens for real in the third one. You'll see. You'll see.
Okay, yeah. I did make just a short list of cursed names in the opening credits. Steve Jobs is in the opening credits of this movie. Also, Joss Whedon. Also, Joel Cohen, but not the Joel
Right,
Cohen from the
Cohen,
Cohen brothers.
right.
It's Cohen.
Right.
A
I
different
noticed that.
Joel Cohen.
I noticed that.
And isn't he the one that like he directed the Garfield movie, and Bill Murray signed on to it because he saw Joel Cohen was attached, and then he found out after he signed on it's a different Joel Cohen from the Cohen brothers, but it was like too late to get out of it.
So he thought that Joel Cohen was making a Garfield
Yeah,
movie?
and he was like, I gotta sign on to this.
Okay. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love this movie.
We can tell.
No,
We can
I
tell.
feel like there's something special about Toy Story compared to other kids' films. And I was thinking about this yesterday, but I feel like there's something like, I don't know, I think of like how I felt when I was a kid towards like my like dolls and my like stuffed animals, and like I genuinely felt like a sentimental connection to them.
Yeah.
Like I know that in the kids in this story, like even Andy, like he will kind of like throw his toys around, and like when his like friends come over, they throw around all the toys, and of course there's Sid next door who's like, you know, blowing them up. But it's like there's something like I feel like most kids have this kind of connection to their toys where they do see them, like they take care of them. They, you know,
Yeah.
you're playing with them as if they're real people. You're acting them
It's
out. Like
such a like relatable concept.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
done so well. This movie, it doesn't like treat the audience like kids, like at
Yeah.
all. You know, it doesn't like spoon feed anything, and it deals with like really like real topics. Right,
Mhm.
like the whole like
Yeah.
existential thing Buzz goes through, and
Yeah.
like his identity crisis and all, and he's depressed.
His
He's
mental
drinking for some reason.
breakdown, dude.
Yeah.
Watching that as an adult, I was like, whoa.
Right, like
Man,
it's like,
different, man.
and
Toy
on
Story
a more
different.
like technical aspect, this was like the first like 3D rendered like Pixar
Yeah.
film. It kind of like
Right.
started that whole thing.
And you can tell when you watch
You
it.
can.
You
It
know,
kind
I
of
don't think
looks
it's
like
that
shit.
bad.
you
It's
know,
pretty bad.
it's
It's good for what it is.
I've been
I
into
didn't
this, and I was like,
watching-
oh, I'm sure it's not that bad. It's really bad.
Specifically
Well,
the
At some
humans.
points, are,
Th-
the
this is my
humans.
biggest issue with the movie is I think it was an incredibly genius decision for the first 3D animated movie to be about toys.
Right.
Because you don't have to worry about like the skin not looking right and
Yeah.
the facial features. It's genius. It's such a good idea. But then they have human characters in the movie, which is such an odd choice.
Well,
And
you need to have
well,
Sid
no.
No,
and
I
Andy.
almost wish that they just didn't have human characters, or they showed them from like the legs down or something. Like a more creative kind of way around it. Because every time you see like Andy and Sid, they look so bad.
I think
It is so
Andy
bad.
looks really bad, but Sid looks
Yeah.
like he's fine.
I think Sid looks bad too.
I didn't think either of them looked bad, but that's also my non-technical eyes.
I just
watching
wish
it.
they had a more creative solution
does
because the
kind of-
concept of the
yeah.
movie itself is a creative workaround to the technical limitations,
Yeah.
and it feels odd to just dismiss that and be like, "We're gonna have humans anyways."
Right. It
That's
does
odd
kind
to
of
me.
Yeah, but
looked like the
humans
flushed
just
away-
pop in at bits.
It looks like the flushed away
Mm.
PS2 game at times. It does
Hey,
look like that.
I just
We're not
think you
hating
don't
on
need
Flushed
that.
Away.
I think you don't. I think also, maybe this is a hot take. I don't love Sid as a villain, and I would have preferred just to like not do that.
I think Sid's a great villain.
Yeah.
I think Sid's a really interesting
like-
villain because
He's a
the rest of the movies never like repeat anything even close to that. They start the
Yeah.
series off with this fucking psycho, and the rest of the series is so like tame in compare. Well, no, there's
Sure.
like the bear.
Yeah.
But...
Don't you think it would maybe be more effective and more scary if like we don't see his face and he's just like a shadowy figure and like you see his hands and
It's
he's
It would
like
for a
be.
tinkering with the
kid.
toys?
It would be. That would be.
I think that
cool-
would be so much more effective.
It would be.
I
That's
don't think
actually
you
a
need
good
to
point.
see his face. I think there's creative ways around having to show their
Yeah,
face.
that's fair.
Or maybe like their backs if like you really need to.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
That's like my one big issue with this
Yeah.
movie. And the second movie, like I think it's a lot better in that respect. I don't have that issue with the second one. But the first one I do think that's a big issue for me.
yeah.
That's
For me.
fair.
That's my hot take.
That's fair. That's
no,
fine.
that's fair.
The second one, to my recollection, has really good animation.
Yeah.
It does.
Really
When
good.
was the second one made?
99? 8,
99,
9,
okay.
something like that.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
dude. Like that's actually insane.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, going back to like what I was saying before about just kind of like it as an amazing concept for like a kids movie. Like I remember like sometimes my brother would like throw around my stuffed animals and I would sob. Like or like
so.
even just like like one time my dog like ripped up my like childhood stuffed bear. And
No,
and like
bear.
no the thing is like just to even like showcase that connection that like kids
Mhm.
have, and like I still have it with that childhood bear. Like my dog like ripped him up to like not to shreds, but like the stuffing was like all over the living room, like it was really bad. And my parent, like I came to my parents, I was sobbing, I was so sad, and my grandma like stitched him back up.
Aww.
And so I
That's
have,
a good
like-
grandmother.
And
That's
it was
so sweet.
really sweet because a couple years ago my mom was cleaning out like my their closet and stuff, and she came to me and she's like, oh, recognize this. And it was like this pink bear. I didn't recognize it. Put it against like my childhood bear. It was like the original bear that they had bought as a replacement in case my grandmother couldn't fix it.
Whoa.
Just because they wanted me to have like
Yeah.
the same
Aw.
bear.
Yeah.
And so now I have them like sitting next to each other. They do not look like the same bear.
Yeah.
And it's like, even though that bear is like prettier and stuff, I still want like my
Yeah.
childhood bear that's
Yeah,
all
there
stitched
is
up,
a
that has
connection.
like one button as the like one of his eyes, the other is like this like
Mhm.
black bead, like they're not
Yeah.
matching.
Yeah.
Half of one of his legs is like this kind of like rice like bead. The other is like like actual like stuffing.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah, there is
There is-
definitely a
yeah.
connection. I was like,
and
I was born like way after like the first two Toy Story movies,
Mhm.
and so the emotional connection I have with toys is actually like the Toy Story toys themselves.
Yeah.
For like my 6th birthday or something, my dad got me like a Buzz Lightyear like action figure, and I lost my fucking mind. I was like, this thing is... I did this one day. I opened its wings and I threw it across the room because I thought it would fly.
Oh no.
It did not.
No.
It was fine. Nothing broke. It was fine. And
It
then
fell with
and then for my
style.
next birthday, I got like a Woody action figure, and so I had both Woody
Really?
and Buzz. And I remember for like some Halloween event, like at school, I actually dressed up as Woody once. If I can find a picture of that, I'll just send it to you guys. But the Woody action figure I had, right? I had it for like years and stuff, and now at this point, I'm like 15 or 14 or something, right? So I don't need this figure anymore.
You're not 15, buddy.
No, like after a certain point, I was like
got it.
15 or 14. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna play with this guy anymore.
That's
and
for babies.
And so I had like a smaller, like a younger like cousin who like really loved that toy. And whenever I'd like go over to like her place, she'd always play with that toy, and she loved it. She was like, "Oh, can I please keep this for the night?" I was like, "You know what? Yeah, you can have it." And then one day, just like it was like her, like some occasion, maybe she got like good grades at school or something. I was like, "You know what? I have a gift for you. I'm gonna give you this Woody toy, but you have to promise to take care of this toy, right?" What?
Did you feel like Andy at the end of Toy Story 3?
We're not spoiling the movies. Don't spoil the movies.
Oh,
But no,
very
I
good
gave
part.
her Woody, and I was like, "Hey, take care of this toy, please." That's all I ask, right? And
Oh no.
I forgot
She-
about it, right? Skip
like
to
where
like
this
2
is
years
going.
later, right? I go over to her place again. I find the Woody in her closet. There's like crayons drawn all over his face. He's missing a boot. He's missing like the Andy boot. And the fucking like pulling string thing doesn't work. He doesn't say anything anymore. The hat's missing. And I asked her like, "Hey, what happened to this?" She was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't play with it anymore." And then she picked up her iPad and started playing with that. And I was like, "All right, man." Like that actually pissed. I could have beat her up right
Do you
there.
want
I
us
was
to
so
get
mad.
you a toy and Woody? Okay. Your birthday's coming up in 2
He's
months.
nodding like a 5-year-old.
He's excited now.
I
We'll
know.
get you the whole set.
Anyway, movie.
But it's like, yeah, like I feel like the concept of just like, having these toys come to life is like,
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
as a kid, I thought that was real. Like, I would hide. We'll get you a Woody
Yeah.
toy.
$47.
My
It's on sale.
toys. We've lost the child.
I'm sorry. These are
But yeah,
so
no,
expensive,
like,
dude.
it's like-
Okay.
the perfect concept is like, oh, these
Yeah.
stuff, like, these toys coming to life. Like, I remember. Actually, this is kind of sad. I remember sometimes when my family didn't want to play games with me, I'd take like a board game, like Monopoly or something, and I would pretend to play with my stuffed animals, but I
That's
would
adorable.
I would play
great.
both parts. And it was like sometimes it was games that like are strategy games, so you can't play against yourself. So I just pretend that I like forgot what I had.
No, that's nice. That's good.
She had no friends.
I used to.
I'd be like, "Hey mom, do you want to play a game with me?" And she'd be like, "No, sweetie." I'll be like, "Okay."
No, we hate you.
So sad.
So I just
Aw.
play with my stuffed
I
animals.
used to record like small movies with like my action figure. I'd be like, "Hey, I'm here," and then
Yeah,
they'd
the like
fight
Lego.
each other. Yeah,
Me and my best friend would do that.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
I still have those. They're great. And I had like a dinosaur
Yeah.
toy, and he'd eat Woody sometimes. That's fucked up.
Or I used to
T-Rex.
have Littlest Pet Shops, and I'd make.
Oh
them.
my god, I have
Yeah,
so many little
Yeah,
pet
I
shops.
still have like a bucket of them
Dude,
in my room.
I think I have.
Do you
them
remember
somewhere.
like what's it called? Like Trash Can, Trash Kids.
Moshi Monsters?
No, like trash
Moshi
pail,
Monsters.
garbage kids,
Oh,
Do you-
Garbage Pail Kids or
where they're like
What?
they're little
trash
things.
pack.
They're like little things.
They're,
They're
like,
like
really-
they're like Shopkins, but I
Right,
know what
right.
you're
I remember
talking about. I know what you're
Shopkins, yeah.
talking about.
Hold on.
I know what you're
Hmm.
talking about. Trash.
Trash packs.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh wait, hold on. No, I think I
Yeah,
know.
I remember those.
I
I
don't
think I
think I
remember
had
this.
those.
What did you have, Alex? A typewriter.
What were your favorite toys?
I had a lot of like action figures as a
Like
kid.
what?
I was into like
Super-
GI Joe and superhero
Uh-huh,
stuff.
yeah.
I had a lot of those. I remember my sister. She had like a big Humpty Dumpty hyperfixation as a kid. I don't know. She loved Humpty Dumpty.
Strange hyperfixation.
I know. No, she loved. She would sing it all the time, and she would steal my action figures from my room and rip the heads and hands off them so they look more like eggs.
She's like Sid.
And so-
She's
So I would find my action figures around the house broken with their heads ripped off and like sitting on like countertops with like their knees out, like they're sitting on the edge as Humpty Dumpty. And I'd get
Your
so
sister's,
pissed
like,
off at her.
Sid.
Yeah.
I know, I was so mad. Like my favorite like G.I. Joe figures had their heads ripped off.
Oh,
That's so
no.
fucked up.
That's really fucked up.
It's so messed up.
Yeah, no, my
Um,
brother used to like terrorize me and like throw my stuffed animals around. Like I used to have this
Aw.
like big stuffed like dog, and I remember like I just have this like memory of one time he like we were in my basement and he just like threw him like across the room and I just started sobbing. And I was like, why would you do that? He's like, it's a stuffed toy. I'm like, no.
You know,
Yeah.
have you guys seen Mr. Bean?
I've
Yeah.
seen some of it.
I know of him.
Yeah, Mr. Bean, he has like this brown teddy bear. It's like his like signature thing. And as a kid, I begged my mom, like, please, can I have same teddy bear, please? And she was like, okay. And so we went to the store and there was like a brown teddy bear who looked the same and I got him. And then one day, I don't know, I was like, the thing is, I have like siblings who are like 5 years younger than me, so like they couldn't really like bully me, so I kind of just bullied myself. And one day, I don't know, there was like a ceiling fan and I like threw the bear and he fucking died because of the ceiling fan. And the ceiling fan was like shaking. I don't know why I did that.
How old were you?
Huh?
How old were you?
Doesn't matter.
This was last week.
We did this yesterday.
I don't know, man. Sometimes you're like bored, like, and you're like, oh, this.
Yeah,
Just
when
wanna
I
see
did
what
that, I
happens.
played board games with myself. You were throwing your stuff to... You're Sid.
I think
board
Alex's
games.
sister is Sid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, yeah.
But anyways,
True.
like, just these, like, you know,
You have
these
to.
objects of sentimental value coming
Yeah.
to life.
Because you form all these
Yeah,
memories
it's like-
with them, right?
it-
They're part of your childhood.
Yeah, it almost automatically makes you, like, feel for the characters because you can kind of
Yeah.
relate it to your own
Right.
You
toys.
humanize them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, this movie, it does this thing where, like, I mean, the franchise, the trilogy, I mean, did do this later on in, like, later installments. But this movie isn't about Andy. Like, it's not about the kid. It's not about, like, the coming of age of the kid. It's about the coming of age of the toys, of, like,
Yeah.
Buzz.
You know, I'm about to bullshit something that's kind of true. How Woody felt, I feel like, is when you go through a friendship breakup in a way. Because it's like, or like when you're friends, say you're like friends with someone. Say Alex, we're friends. And then
Let's
we
just
like,
say-
Let's assume.
You're friends. And then it's like,
Hypothetical.
over time, we stop hanging out, and you choose someone else to be friends with. And not that there's necessarily bad blood, but you just move on. And I think there's something Woody just felt like he was being
Yeah.
replaced by Buzz.
Yeah.
And there's something kind of true to that.
Like,
I think
there,
that's true.
there is some type of, like, feeling of, like, knowing that, like, if you're, like, someone's, like, best friend, and then
Yeah.
you find out that, you know, they have a new best friend. Someone
Yeah.
that they see as their number one when you
Mhm.
used to be that person.
Yeah.
Like, you know. And it's, like, yeah, that's something
It's
kind of, like,
I feel
relatable.
like-
But it's also, like, I mean, I also kind of had that feeling with my toys where I felt bad if I spent too much time with them.
And I feel like that's not like the main thing for the movie, at least not
No.
for me. I feel like the main point of the movie is like Buzz having like an...
I'm sorry. I'll just leave.
No, I'm sorry.
You guys can add in my voice every once in a while. It's like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so true.
So true.
I feel like the main thing with the movie is that the point of the movie is Buzz having like an... Are you holding back a cough?
Let it out.
I can cough, I'm sorry. It's okay.
Just go. It's fine.
You know what?
No, please, no.
You know, no,
Buzz
it's fine.
having a midlife crisis.
Yeah, Buzz is having a midlife crisis, and Woody's like, no.
He's having an identity
Mhm.
crisis. Maybe that's the better term. Because his whole mission is, I gotta go back to the planet. But then he realizes, I'm just a toy, and I
Right.
can't fly.
Can I say something else that bugs me about this? Even as a kid, I noticed this. I thought it was odd how Buzz doesn't think he's a toy, but he's still like, when Andy's playing with him, he's not like, he's
Yeah.
acting as a toy.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's true.
I don't know.
That is true.
I don't know how that
Even
makes
as
sense.
a kid, that bothered me.
That is kind of like a plot hole in the
Mhm.
movie.
Yeah, I don't really care about plot holes.
Fuck
It doesn't
you,
really bother me,
Alex.
but I just thought it was annoying.
I don't care about
Yeah.
it either, no.
Yeah,
I
maybe that's
noticed
one
it.
of the reasons I liked 2 more as a kid.
I noticed it. I was
I
like, oh,
never
whatever.
thought about that till right now.
Really? You
Me
never thought of
neither.
that?
No.
Really?
I was just like, oh, Buzz, he just knows what's up.
Even as a 5-year-old, I was like, why is Buzz like not like
You
running
were just
around
ahead
being
of the
like, who's that
curve,
fucking
you know?
giant? Why is he just letting Andy play with them?
Because he doesn't want to be killed, maybe. He views Andy as a threat.
But here's the
He
thing.
adapts to his circumstances.
I think there's almost a way to read the film where it's like they're not actually like alive, it's just like a metaphor, but then they actually do interact with the real world and like Sid notices them move. And I almost feel like they should have left that more ambiguous by not having humans notice that they're like talking and stuff.
But that's
You know what I
how
mean?
they
Because then it would
save
open that up
Buzz.
to interpretation.
What,
You know?
Yeah, I
what
get
are
what
we
you
talking
mean.
about? What do you mean? Like, what's the
Like-
interpretation?
Well, like,
what's
What's
the
like
metaphor?
are the toys actually alive?
yeah?
Or is the metaphor that like they're just toys, but like we're kind of seeing like within the world of the film they're not actually
No,
alive,
they're
you know?
alive.
Yeah, no, that's true
Or-
because we know that they interact with Sid.
Maybe.
But I'm saying they should have left that ambiguous.
Okay.
And that would explain why Buzz doesn't like run away from Andy or anything.
I think that's just like a plot hole. I think they just forgot about that. If I'm being
Maybe
honest.
know.
it is ambiguous, and Sid is just so mental in the head that he thinks that the toys are talking to him.
Whoa.
Okay,
That's good.
I like that.
That's good.
Or not even that, but it's more so like a manifestation of his guilt. Of he's realizing like no, because he's realizing like, oh, this is actually fucked up. Like these are like
Right.
alive
Yeah,
things.
he
Like I
learned-
shouldn't treat them
Also,
like this.
Pause. Who lets their kid has a full-on explosive? He literally his
What
mom
if
calls.
their mom isn't there? Do you ever see the mom in the movie?
You hear her.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
You hear the kids be like, "Oh, mom, I'm gonna get the door. Mom, I'm gonna do
No,
this."
you hear
What
the
if-
mom at
okay,
one point
okay,
because
okay,
she
hold on,
says
hold on.
there's a
There's-
package for you, and then Sid comes
Okay,
back with a fucking
maybe-
explosive.
Maybe she does say that. There is a Scorsese movie, King of Comedy, right? no, hear me out. There's a Scorsese movie, King of
Yeah.
Comedy, where the main character, Rupert Pupkin, he's kind of in the basement of the house the entire time. He lives with his mom and he's in the basement, and he hears his mom call out to him. He's like, "Oh, Rupert, come up, dinner's ready," or something's ready. But you never see the mom. A common interpretation of that movie is that Rupert's mom passed away, and he kind of just like hears her voice, because Rupert's kind of like twisted in the movie, and so an interpretation is that maybe he just hears her voice. So what if their mom
Sid's
is...
mom passed away and they're just like living by themselves?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
him and his little
What if
sister.
it's like that type of house and there's like a really fucked up living situation and they're just kind of hallucinating her
You know
voice?
what?
Sure, man.
That would justify why he's
Yeah.
running a fucking like explosion
that
fucking
does
like
make
factory
sense.
in the backyard, you know? And I don't know.
Sure, man.
No, I think that's a valid
I
like
think-
take.
Well, but
You never see the mom. Avery,
you
never
hear her.
Yeah, but that's from the perspective of the characters though.
Well, what other perspective? What?
Okay, look, if in King of Comedy, when you hear
I've
the
never seen.
It's
King
fine.
of
My
Comedy.
point is, when you hear the mom, it's because Rupert Pupkin hears the mom and he's responding to her. Sid hears the mom and he responds to her, right? So you're seeing things from his perspective.
The little girl calls out to her mom.
She does, right?
and
It's
she's
both
like,
of them.
"Mom."
Does she get a
the-
response? Does she? I remember. I know what scene you're talking
And then
about.
he's like, "It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie." No.
Exactly. I know. Yeah.
No.
See?
They're going through like a group like psychosis.
Exactly. They are.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
what we've concluded
Yeah.
is they need therapy.
It's a really troubled household,
Sure.
and the
Okay.
and like
That's the
Avery,
main point of
like
Toy
Avery,
Story.
like
what else do you want to talk about with Toy Story?
Like
No.
Avery said, the guilt does manifest itself to where Woody kind of like spins his head around and
Yeah.
he's like, "Play nice, bitch," and you know that's the movie. You know, it's
Yeah.
about guilt. It's about troubled household. It's about
Trauma.
it's about orphans. It's about trauma. It's about the coming of age.
Healing your inner child.
It's
In a way.
about toys.
It is about toys. It is about toys.
Yeah.
Oh, there's we can talk about kind of Buzz's like alcoholism and stuff like that. And how
Oh yeah,
So
that one
relatable.
part
What?
was just
Alcoholism?
fucking
he drinks. He's drunk.
My
Yeah.
favorite line is where he's like, I'm depressed now. I can't.
Yeah.
He's drunk.
And then he walks out
Okay.
the room.
You know, Sam and I were watching the movie, and Sam said it perfectly. She was like, "Whoa, Buzz is buzzed right now." That's exactly what
I
happens.
did say that.
Yeah.
Buzz was indeed Buzz.
That's exactly what happens. He's like drunk off of the tea. I think everyone in this movie is hallucinating, and they're all all like fucking out of their minds, you know? There's no tea in that teacup. So there's no reason for him to think that he'd be drunk. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
A
Sure.
placebo.
Yeah, it's all placebo.
No,
It's
no, the
insane.
sister knows that the toys are alive, so decided to drug the toy.
Avery, do you
her
think we're doing
teacup.
Toy Story justice right now?
There is cannibalism in the
Here's the
movie.
thing.
Well, no, there's okay, no. What? It's not cannibalism because they say it's cannibalism, but they actually bring someone to life.
What?
The toys.
They bring someone to life?
Sid's toys. They're like, whoa, they're like cannibals. They're eating that
Oh.
toy. But then they actually
Oh,
repair
yeah.
like Buzz's hand.
That's true. That's another thing. Woody and Buzz both think, oh, these toys are evil, they're bad because they look scary, but you should never judge a book by its
Exactly.
cover.
Never judge a book by its
That's
cover.
another message.
Yeah,
sure.
they fix the toys, and they aren't bad, but you can cough, Sam, it's okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay.
We're so sorry
no,
to people listening to
Everyone,
Well,
I wonder how loud that
You're
is.
gonna cut that
Guys,
out.
leave a
right?
Well, I
comment
can't
down
cut all of them
below.
out.
Leave a comment down below
God.
telling us how hard it is. You know, subscribe,
Alex
all of that.
take a screenshot of your friends complaining.
Oh no, they're gonna hate me, guys.
Alex, do you want to give a shout out to one of the friends?
Who's your
Do
favorite?
I want to? I don't know.
Hey Ian, if you're listening, I know
Is
you
that a
listen
friend?
of me.
Oh, okay,
Not of
okay.
Al. I don't know your fucking
Okay.
friends. Go for it. Shout them all out.
No, just give one person a shout out.
Just pick one.
Just pick one.
One of my friends.
Just what? Who you sent like some conversation?
Isn't Ella a friend? You have a friend named
Ella?
Ella?
Isn't it Emma?
Emma.
Emma?
Right. Shout out.
Yo,
Emma.
Emma, how's it
Emma.
going?
I think.
What's up, Emma?
I think Emma's the
Alright,
person.
we need to actually.
No,
like,
no. I
talk
think
about
Emma's the
movie.
person who said something like, Penne is like the worst pasta or something.
Emma, I love you.
And I think that's fucked up. But you know, that's
She likes
Anyways.
penne. She just doesn't think it's like exciting like Avery does, but she still likes it.
I don't think Penny's exciting.
No.
But she says it's not exciting like you think. Like she agrees with you on that.
Oh, hell
but
yeah.
she still likes it.
Yeah. Anyways, Toy Story. Obviously, the best. I think the best scene is when Woody and Buzz fly. That was like a
Right,
big
that's
heroic
that's
true,
moment.
the
yeah.
best scene.
Yeah.
To
The end of
infinity
the
and
movie.
beyond.
Best
Do
scene.
you have anything to say before we get to the end of the movie?
We said everything.
said
there's-
so
we
much.
said
What do you
everything. There's
We
no-
said nothing. This has been nothing.
What do you say?
What
What would
do you
you want
say?
to
I have nothing else to say.
What do you guys like Pizza Planet?
That oh my god. What is like the like equivalent like has anyone been to Chuck E. Cheese before?
I have.
Is that what Pizza Planet is like? Like is that like I've never been but I always wanted
Pizza
to go?
Planet isn't a real thing.
No, but like you know there's like arcades and stuff and it's a restaurant. Is that essentially Chuck
Yeah,
E.
yeah,
Cheese?
that's Chuck E. Cheese.
Can we go to Chuck E. Cheese? There's
Do
one
they have
by-
a Chuck E. Cheese?
there?
There's
One
in
in Ottawa.
Toronto.
No, no, no.
Toronto.
No, you know Five
Guys-
Nights at Freddy's? That's based off of Chuck E. Cheese.
I know.
It's like the
We
animatronic.
There's
show.
animatronics.
traveled to Toronto just
Genuinely, can we every time I go to Toronto there's like
Can
on
I
the
ask
highway
you something? The first time I went to Chuck E. Cheese, their special was pizza and French fries. Do you guys have pizza and French fries together?
No.
No.
you
No.
can.
I mean, of course you can.
but-
I
But,
don't
like,
think it's very
Usually
like,
if I have
common.
pizza, I only have the pizza.
Yeah,
Right,
like,
yeah.
it's
Or
like
if
a,
anything, you get like chicken wings.
Exactly,
You know?
exactly. So like their special was
Pizza
like
and
French
wings
fries,
or-
and I think they're like out of business now though. I don't know.
No, there's one in I know when I went to Toronto 2 months ago, there was a Chuck E. Cheese. There's like 8
Yeah.
left in Ottawa, or there's 8 left in Canada, and one of which is in.
There's none in Ottawa?
There's none in Ottawa.
Is there like
there's
an
like
equivalent
there's like
kind of thing in Ottawa? we
I'm
can
sure
go to?
there is.
I doubt. I genuinely I think places like that really like disappear.
Yeah.
Maybe Crazy Bear Arcade. They rejected me, by the way. I applied for a job. Fuck you
Yeah.
guys if you guys are listening.
Damn.
So we're not putting that. in.
Anyways, anything else to say about the movie before we
Um,
go into final
I
rating?
don't really have many notes.
Oh, I have one note. I don't know if any of you guys caught this, but when the army people are like radioing them
Right.
and it's like Andy's birthday
Yeah.
and he's opening gifts, someone gifted Andy bed sheets.
Right.
If
Yeah.
someone did that to me at my birthday,
That's probably like
they'd be
his-
gone.
It's probably like
That's
his
something-
grandma.
No,
something like
but
that.
it's his friends. If it was like
Probably
my
family
grandma,
there,
that's
too.
one thing. If,
I
like,
actually wouldn't mind bed sheets now.
as like an
Oh,
adult,
yeah.
As an
but
adult,
as a
yeah.
kid,
As a kid, I
would really
hated.
be like,
I hated.
Ouch.
I hated when I got like clothes and stuff as a kid. I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck you, giving me shirts for? Like, I want like toys."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
No,
once
like-
it was like my brother's birthday, and some kid brought a gift for me instead of my brother's,
Why?
and it was like an insane like Batman action figure, and I was so happy. And I showed it to I don't know. He just liked me. I
But
guess.
he didn't give it anything to your brother?
I don't think so.
To your
Maybe he was
You're
confused.
just the favorite.
And then he got me the toy, and I showed it to my brothers, and they were like, "Is that for us? It's her birthday." I was like, "No, he bought it for me." And they started
Was
crying.
it like their friend though? Like it was your brother's friend,
it
or
was
like a family
friend.
member?
It was like a
Okay,
family
that's
friend.
different. That's okay.
But like, they didn't get a gift.
Still, like, that's crazy.
That's a little weird.
I was never like excited about like getting presents on my birthday because I think my birthday is so close to Christmas that everything I actually wanted I would
Right.
get for Christmas, and then my
That's fair.
birthday it felt like just people giving me like random like shit that like kids would
Leftover.
like, you know,
Yeah.
like Tonka trucks and stuff. I'm like, I'm not gonna play with
Yeah.
this.
Cool.
But thank you so much.
Thank you. Yay!
But like I never like really
Yeah.
cared, and I kind of stopped having birthday parties like pretty young.
When is the
Honest
last
to
birthday
God.
party you had?
What counts as a birthday party though?
Like-
Like a childhood birthday,
Like
party, you bring all your
decorations,
friends.
cake,
Like,
gifts.
okay,
presents.
my birthdays, I never really enjoyed being like the center of attention, like where everyone sucks up to you.
Yeah.
I hated that, and I still hate that. So like as a kid, I would invite my two best friends over, and we'd have a sleepover. Was that does that count?
Sure,
like that was like every
that's
single
your-
one of my.
That's a birthday party.
Like my
Yeah.
last like
'Cause I-
actual like party with like inviting lots of kids was like when I was 7 maybe, and then I transitioned into more like just like my close friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, I'm gonna guess into like 12, maybe. I don't know.
I don't remember, honestly. Like, I'm trying to think of the last time. Like, yeah, like, it kind of shifted from, like, actual, like, birthday party where, like, you know, there's decorations, there's a cake. It's still kind of being, like,
Yeah.
controlled by the parents in a way.
Right. Yeah.
Into just, like, hey, it's my birthday, let's hang out.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
type of
Speaking of
thing.
controlled by friends, really quick story. When I was like in like 3rd grade or 4th grade or something like that, my mom did this insane thing where she was like, "Hey, invite your entire class to your birthday party," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, so I feel like people do that sometimes.
I
Like,
invite my
in,
entire
like-
school.
what?
Like, I went to like a really
200
small.
kids.
Yeah.
There were like 20 kids from kindergarten to grade 8.
Oh my
Okay, well
God.
that's
Cool.
different.
20 kids?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well,
It was
How many
really small.
classrooms
Yeah.
did you have?
3.
Yeah.
It was kindergarten to grade 2, and then 3 to 5 and 6 to 8.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
And so we would, like, at every birthday, you would invite the whole school. And so they all kind of felt the same because you have to cater to, like, all these different ages and
Right.
interests. So every birthday party you went to was the exact same. And that's one of the
That's
reasons why I didn't
crazy.
want to do it anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Like, you
that's
just get
fair.
sick
But
of
then
it.
for like my 4th grade birthday party, I think my class at that point had not many, like maybe 15, 16, 17-ish kids. And I invited all of them, like in the classroom, I handed out like birthday cards to them and like, you know, they came over and stuff. And I didn't know a lot of them, but there was this like one girl that like I spoke to like a little bit and like I kind of liked her, and she came over to like the birthday and she gave me this book. And I still remember this book to this day. I was like really young at the time. I never read the book. I didn't read books. I didn't like books. But I looked at the book and it was a picture of like this hummingbird on like the branch of a tree, and she gave it to me and she was like, "This is for you. I hope you like the book. I bought it just for you." She told me that, she gave it to me, and then she went back and sat down. And I was just really happy she gave me something. I never read the book. I think I threw it away or something. But you know, if you're I forgot her name too. But you know, if you're listening, then shout out, you know, thank you for Hummingbird book. It's really sweet. I remember the book. I forgot her face too, but I
No, yeah,
Dreamt
like
that.
I remember
Maybe.
not. It
The
wasn't
girl of my
me.
dreams. She gave me this hummingbird book that I threw away. Every young boy's fantasy.
Watch out for your next birthday. Guess what I'll get. But no, I like, it wasn't my birthday, but I remember like in like, I think like kindergarten or something, there was this girl in my class who invited the whole class to Build-A-Bear.
Whoa.
Like, yeah, and
I've
there's
never
like a
been
picture of
Build-A-Bear.
us
Me
at
neither.
like, I think it was.
Can we go
Really?
build a bear, guys?
No, it's
Build-A-Bear.
crazy expensive these
It
days.
is, yeah. But I remember, like, it was, like, a whole, like, Build-A-Bear, like, party. And the whole class was there. Like, there's a photo of all of us.
Yeah.
And, yeah, like, I feel like in the younger years, it was, at least for, like, people at my school, I guess, it was more, like, it was pretty common to invite at least a majority of your class. Or, like, you know, like, you know, when it was, like, oh, like, all the girls or, like, all the boys, whatever.
Yeah.
That type of thing. But, yeah, I remember that. But I feel like most of my birthday parties were always kind of like small and like, you know, with like
Yeah.
only really my close friends.
I had one
Nothing
at
really.
KFC once.
Yeah, birthday party at KFC.
Back then, KFC used to have a mascot, like a chicken person, and some guy dressed up as a chicken person. What?
Oh my god, I have a story.
This is not at all relevant to Toy
No, but
Story.
this is fun.
I have a story.
About the chicken person?
No. I had a
No.
birthday party. It was just like me and my family and like one friend at Pizza Hut.
Okay.
I was like 9 or 10, I want to say. And I remember we ordered like our pizza and like the waitress was there and my mom was like, it's his birthday, like signaling like, because she ordered like a dessert and so she was like, it's his birthday, like make sure he gets it. And then she was like, oh, happy birthday. And she puts her hand out. So I'm like, okay. And I shake her hand. And she was like, no, the menu.
Oh my god.
One of the most
Oh,
embarrassing
no.
moments of my life.
You know, something like this happened to me recently.
Yeah.
Like last year, I was at the field house, on campus, giving an exam, and there's this guy. Now, I've seen this guy during my classes here and there, and I've said a few words to him, and he was, I'm sitting down, at the field house, and he's moving, like, he's coming towards me, and he's wearing glasses. I can't really see his eyes clearly, but it looks like he's looking directly at me. And from afar, he, pulls out his hand, and he's walking like this, he's walking with his hand out. And I'm like, oh, is he walking towards me to shake my hand? Why would he shake my hand? I don't even know the guy. And so he reaches to me, and I just kind of go for his hand, and I just like shake his hand, right? And he looks all confused, and he lets go, and he's like, okay. And then he goes to the guy behind me, and he's like, hi, hey, what's up, man? So,
Oh no.
I was so confused by that whole interaction.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
God, no,
great.
I think one of my most embarrassing moments, which is like, I this is fun. I don't care. You can cut all this out, Alex. This
Yeah,
is
it's
just
fine.
us. This is just us talking now.
This will be
There's
another
so
2-hour
little to
episode.
say.
Yeah.
Kidding.
But like,
Poo poo. Sorry.
but no, I can't remember how old I was. But there was one time I was in class and I remember I wasn't like crazy young, but I wasn't like really, really old. And like I think I was in like maybe like first or second grade, something like that. And I remember our teacher was like telling a story, being like, oh, this happened, and like, it was a sad thing or something like that. And I remember I felt really bad for the teacher. And I said, do you want like a hug? Like a hug? And I wanted to mean like from all of us, like a group hug, but it just made it seem like I wanted to hug the teacher just by myself. And everyone made fun of me.
No, but that's
Aw,
sweet though. I think that's
sweet.
nice.
It was, yeah, but everyone was like, oh, why do you want to hug the teacher? You're so weird. Ew.
Teachers aren't human beings. What's wrong with you?
And I was like, I just felt bad.
No, that's nice.
Aw.
Anyway, Toy
Back to
Story.
Toy
Sorry.
I think that's pretty much the entire movie.
Final rating.
They get a puppy
Is
at
that
the
it?
end.
We're on final rating.
They get
We
a
barely talked about
We
it.
talked about Toy
they get
Story.
a puppy at the end of the movie. It's fine.
I have a
That's true.
lot more to say about Toy Story too.
No, you don't. Oh,
I do.
okay.
I have a lot to say about
I
the
thought you were
third
going to say
one.
about this one.
No.
Alright.
The third one.
I-
Ooh.
I
think, I guess just as like a final thing to wrap this up, I think Toy Story 1 is a really good proof of concept. I think it
Yeah.
really establishes the world and the characters. I don't love the movie.
It's
I think
very much
good.
an establishing movie.
Yeah.
I love the entire trilogy a lot. It means so much to me.
Mhm.
And so by proxy I love the movie. It's not my favorite though,
No.
at all.
I think 2 is like the birth of modern Pixar, where like it feels more emotional. There's more stakes to it.
Sure.
Like there's a bit of that in this movie, but it's not like really.
You want to
stand
talk
out.
about emotional and stakes. The
Yeah.
third movie.
Just wait.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Oh
We'll
my
get to all that.
god.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Okay, final ratings. Let's Alex.
I think I'm giving it a generous 8 out of 10, but it's more of a 7, I think.
Really?
Maybe it's a
Okay.
7 out of 10. One of those two.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, I also gave it an 8 out of 10. I feel like it's a lot of nostalgia as well that like plays into it. But I also just think like out of all of the like kids movies that I can really think of, like it's one that really stands out for me.
I would give this like a 7, but because I'm insanely biased, it's an 8.
Hmm.
I gave it an 8.5 out of 10.
Nice.
8.5.
That's good.
Cool.
I feel like this is the first, like, we're all, like, you know.
In agreement?
Yeah.
But
Yay!
Well, that's Toy Story.
Now connections.
Connections.
Well, of course, you know, there's an assassin.
There's an assassination
There.
attempt
Yeah.
in both movies.
They're both very violent movies.
Really
Yeah.
violent movies.
There's like
both
decapitations in both
comedies.
movies.
Does Godfather deal with like an identity crisis of sorts?
Michael.
Yeah, you could say Michael.
I guess.
I feel like Michael knows
But-
what he's doing, though. I feel
I
like he has.
think he
I mean,
does.
he
It doesn't feel like that much of a crisis, more just like a change.
Yeah, he's just changing. He's like adapting to like a new thing.
inevitably becoming like his
And also, I
parents.
feel like the whole like Godfather aspect, like the whole mafia thing, like it just came natural to him. He didn't like have much of a crisis. It's
Yeah.
like, oh my god, what do I do? No, he knew what he was doing. It's not like a Buzz type of crisis.
No, I don't know.
That's
I don't know
almost
how
an
into
aspect
it.
of the movie. It's close enough. It's a connection, sure.
I feel
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure there's more. Okay. Toy
I
Story.
think Michael spiraled and Buzz spiraled. I
Did
never really
Michael
got
spiral
into that
down?
though. I think he did.
Did he?
I
In
think
what
so.
way? How?
Because I think there's something that happened to Michael where, and I think it's a really real thing where like I think Michael at the beginning of the movie, he was like, oh, I don't associate with the family business. I'm like, that's not me. He says to his girlfriend, that's not me. That's the family business. Like, you know, he tries to steer clear of that, which I respect people like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as his dad gets attempted murder, whatever the hell, I think inevitably there is something to be said about how similar we are to our parents, regardless of if we want
Oh yeah.
to be.
100%. Yeah.
So I think Michael,
And
or
I
at
think-
least my interpretation, maybe I'm just more projecting, but I think there is something that's like he tried to stay away from that. He's tried not to be like his dad and go down that sort of rabbit hole, but then he inevitably did.
Yeah.
That was my
but-
interpretation.
How's that connected to Toy Story?
Because Buzz Lightyear goes down a spiral as well. It's a different type of spiral, but
Okay,
they both spiral.
I think you could
That's
say that him not wanting to accept the fact that he's a toy is kind of similar to Michael,
to Michael not
wanting
wanting to be the
Sure.
family, but he
Right.
has like this innate, like, you know, like magnetism towards it. You know, like he's
Yeah.
part of the family. He's obviously going to be part of the family.
And
Like
Buzz
it's,
has to realize he's part of like Andy's like,
Exactly.
family with
Yeah.
different toys.
and he's
yeah.
trying to be someone else, and it just doesn't work. And it's interesting because in Toy Story, it's framed as like, you know, like acceptance and kind of like a positive thing. Like now you're part of like the community. You're not like an
Yeah.
outcast anymore. In The Godfather, it's like, okay, you were part of like the normal community. Now you're like, you know, isolated. Now you're like cold and stuff. But the difference is that Michael, while he is like his dad, he doesn't like take on his teachings exactly because, like we discussed, he's not like a family man at all by the end of this movie. He shuts his family out completely. He's more like on the business end of things.
Sure, but he still makes that transition into the mafia life.
Yeah, and honestly, like Alex said, like I know there is like a transition into the mafia life, but I feel like he was in some ways just part of it. And it's
He's
kind of
surrounded
like,
by it, yeah.
and it's kind of
But
like
he took that.
a denial type of thing where
Yeah.
he's like, oh no,
Yeah.
I'm in college, I'm in, you know, Ivy
Yeah.
League stuff and all of that, but he was always part of it. And it is kind of like, yeah, it's interesting, you know, like if your family's involved in that stuff and you don't want to be part of it, you will inevitably be part of it because you're part of the family. You know, it's like you're bound by blood, and that's not something you can break. And I don't know, that's
Hard
interesting.
to break the cycle.
Yeah.
And the toys are bound by pen with their little
Sharpie.
Andy on their feet.
That's so true.
So
Sharpie,
true,
yeah.
actually. And Woody's fades, but Buzz's does not.
Mhm.
Don't know what that means, but
That's
that's interesting.
Symbolism. Yeah.
Symbolism, man.
Do you have any other connections? Because I kind of have one.
Sure, go
This
ahead.
one's a bit of a
Boy.
stretch.
Okay.
So
Oh boy.
the score for Toy Story. By the way, I didn't even talk about this. Toy Story is kind of a musical,
Sure.
and I think it's kind of odd. I don't know if that
Barely.
necessarily works. Some of the musical montages I'm not a huge fan of, but the music is done by Randy Newman.
Yep.
Okay, bear with me on this.
You're gonna
So,
say a lot of names, and I'm not gonna know any of
The
these. people are.
Godfather stars Marlon Brando. Okay, he was in a movie called Candy. I think that's what it's called. He was in some movie directed by, I think his name is Christian Marquand, something like that, who Brando named his son Christian after. Like they were like really close friends. It's really weird. But this
Okay.
movie,
The concept of a close friend is foreign to you.
but like he named his kid after him.
Yeah, that's a bit
right?
much, man.
But this movie, you might know about this. This is famously the movie that Ringo Starr from the Beatles is in, where he's playing a Mexican in like brownface. Do you know about this?
No.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. When he was like in his like era of like I'm gonna be a movie star.
Right, I know
right?
about that. I just didn't know he
Yeah.
did brown face as a
Yeah,
Mexican.
he-
Okay.
with like a stereotypical Mexican accent.
Oh.
Was this around the White Album?
I think
assume?
this was after the Beatles breakup. I
Oh.
think.
Huh.
But the connection there is that on one of Ringo's early solo albums, I think it was Ringo or Goodnight Vienna, one of those, Randy Newman wrote a song on that album.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
That's a great
connection
connection.
game.
That's an actual connection. That's like you go through the Beatles and everything. That's great. That's so
Yeah.
good.
Did you see like the 5-hour-long like video ranking every Ringo solo album?
No, someone did that. No,
Yeah, no,
how
it's
many
so
solo
good.
albums does he have?
A lot. He has more than any of the other. Beatles.
Ringo genuinely he makes slop. Like
No,
Ringo.
no, I
Alright,
implore you to
before
watch
we
this
continue
video.
this conversation,
It's so good.
thank you everyone for
No,
listening.
hold on. We're not done yet.
No, I think we should
No,
be
we're
It
done.
not-
is such a good. It's basically a documentary about his life post the Beatles. It's such a good video.
I'm
It's
gonna.
like almost 5 hours long, and
Oh,
Ringo
God. Guys,
actually
I can't
does
do 3
have a
hours.
lot of good, like solo albums.
Ringo has so many albums. I'm going through
Goodnight
his
Vienna
albums.
is so good.
Ringo Rama.
Yeah,
Ringo 5.1. Okay.
his early ones are good.
Ringo the
Alright.
Fourth.
Well, thank you everyone for
Paul
listening.
has the best solo catalog. This is not a
But
debate.
the thing I love about Ringo
They're just talking
is that
about the Beatles.
No, hold
If you
on,
wanted
hold
to
on.
know
I
what
want to finish this
anything
thought.
was like before, like this was the entire thing. I'd zone out and they'd talk about this
Hold on,
for
continue.
hours. I'd literally nap.
I want to finish this thought. One of the
Alright,
things I love about
going
some
to
of
the
Ringo's
Blockbuster.
early albums is that when the Beatles broke up, everyone had this attitude of like, fuck the other guys, but poor Ringo. Like, what's he gonna do? Like, he can't
Right.
do shit.
He's the drummer, yeah.
Right. And so some of their early albums, of Ringo's early albums, had the other Beatles contribute songs to it. And so if you'd
Yep.
listen to like Ringo, like that album, or Goodnight Vienna, they would have songs from all of the 3 other Beatles and like Elton John and all these other famous people, and it feels more like a Beatles album than any of the other like post-breakup solo albums.
He did it with a little help from his friends.
I know, and some of those albums are really good.
I mean, I feel like the whole opinion of like, oh, the Beatles never collabed after they broke up it's just wrong. Like on John
They did it all the
Lennon's
time.
album, in fact, the song he wrote against Paul McCartney, like "How Do You Sleep," George Harrison's playing guitar in that
Yeah.
song. Ringo's in the studio when he's making that song. Like they're all like still pretty much
yeah, they're
like
all
very much
working
friends.
together. Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway.
Block blast, guys.
She's playing block.
Okay, this is we're talking about the Beatles because Anthology 4, that's happening. So we're like preparing
Anyways,
for that.
thank you all for listening. Hopefully you'll tune in next week where we discuss The Godfather 2 and Toy Story 2
Hell
because that's
yeah.
going to be the entirety of November.
There's
And-
so much to say about both of those
Mhm.
movies.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good content coming from Real End. We have Toy Story. No, hold on. No, I
There's
don't know.
so much slop coming your
I don't
way.
know why he's laughing.
Make
I
sure
mean
to
this.
follow and subscribe for
We
more
have
slop.
The Godfather and Toy Story season. Once that's wrapped up, we're gonna go into December, like the Christmas season, where we're gonna watch Christmassy movies, and that's gonna wrap up the first season of Real End.
Whoa!
And we're gonna come back
Crazy.
strong the start of next year with a good pair of movies with better mic
yeah.
quality. We're
Hell
gonna
yeah.
be fully revamped, new logo, new everything.
Oh,
I should
no,
have.
no,
Okay,
no, we're
I'm
not.
We
sorry.
did not agree to that.
I just said that. I'm
He's just
sorry.
saying
He's
shit.
trying
No
to be
new-
the Godfather.
No new logo, but like revamps, better audio quality,
Yeah,
all
no,
of
we
that.
love
We're
your
gonna
logo.
have collabs. We're gonna have guests on.
We are?
Yes, we are. We're gonna have guests on. We're
Yes,
actually
we
gonna have
will.
guests on, and we're gonna do collabs
What?
with like other like.
I
things
did
and
not
stuff.
approve of this.
We talk
Do
a
you think you
lot
are?
off the
I
podcast.
feel like every member should be involved here.
We
I'm getting
talk-
replaced.
We talk a lot off the podcast about these things. That's why we're all in the know.
I'm not.
But yeah, that's all. Thank you so much for listening, and as always, stay fresh.
I can't believe that's stuck for this long.
That's
Keep
going
saying-
away for season 2.